Did you ever have so much fun in a football season?
The reason we were 18-1 is because of having different personalities, but yet still people with the same common goal in mind.
The 85 Bears were rock stars of the game. Oh, the 85 Bears shuffled the worldwide fame. Oh, the 85 Bears were brutal, yeah, beautiful. Oh, now
this is what it's all about.
Isn't beautiful. Yeah. Been 40 years since I went in night. The 85 Bears won the biggest fight. Digger on the sideline, legend in his prime. Led the team and it was high time. Oh, the 85 Bears were rock stars of the game. Oh, the 85 Bears shuffled the worldwide fame. Oh, the 85 Bears were brutal, yeah, beautiful, and all of that is indisputable. Sweetness ran the football with grace and might. Dancing through the daylight, what a powerful sight. Funky QB marked the commissioner. Don't mistake Jim for a parishioner. He party all the time with the whole line, including Jim Covert, who is now inside. Oh, the 85 Bears were rock stars of the game. Oh, yeah, Bears of the worldwide fame. Oh, the 85 Bears were brutal, yeah, beautiful, and all of that is indisputable. But it's 46 defense had the enemy in fright. Samurai Dent and the Fridge, all a beastly sight. Otis, Mongo, Wilbur, and Animal, all 8. They were all great. The Lord knows I'm singing it to you straight. Oh, the 85 Bears were rock stars of the game. Oh, the 85 Bears shuffled the worldwide fame. Oh, all Bears, well, beautiful and beautiful. Now a new era dawns, coaches shifted modality. An offensive mastermind with the yoke mentality. He's pushed Caleb through a grueling camp, 'cause that's the first step to becoming champ. Ben's Bears about to take center stage for Chicago. It's a brand new age, an age of a new offense, a renewed defense, and a city back on fire. It's the age, dear Lord. Well, hey, let's hear it from the choir. Oh, the 25 Bears will be rock stars of the game. Oh, the 25 Bears should shuffle the worldwide fame. Oh, the 25 Bears will be brutal, yeah, beautiful. It's time to win again. It's indisputable. Will be brutal, yeah, beautiful. It's time to win again. It's indisputable. Will be brutal, yeah, beautiful. It's time to win again, and that's indisputable.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Danikin, Zimmerman, Tooch will be with us in a little while. Guys, I produced that video in anticipation that the 25 Bears were going to win and we were going to get off to a celebratory start. You know what? Let's still celebrate, right?
That's right.
There's no reason to panic. I listened to a little bit of Danikin's Three Kings and the Midway show, which is out, and it put me at ease a little bit. It brought a lot of great points out, and I know we're going to be sharing those great points here as well. Tooch, give me a thumbs up when you're ready to rock and roll, all right? Oh, look at, he's already ready, this motherfucker. There he is. Johnny said, Tucci, Zim, how are you? Unmute yourself and speak with your very mouth.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
What is that Midwest trash you got on there?
I think it pretty much sums up the week.
Yeah.
It's been a whole lot of Midwest trash. No, it's a custom hat from one of my favorite bands, and I was like, there's no better time than to wear it.
That's a good call. That's a good call. Tooch, how are you? You look like you have more hair. Did you get a hair transplant or something?
My wife did my hair color, and I look a lot younger. And I'm hoping that this will revitalize the Bears after Monday night.
Oh, wow. I hope it does, but I think it might revitalize your porn career.
Yeah, I'm reprising my role in Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls, Aldo.
That's right. Danikin, how are you, brother? How are things in Atlanta?
I'm doing good, man. It's been I had a heck of a drive home today from work. I got off at like 5 o'clock, but I'm just now getting into the house. So yeah, I'm ready to go though, man. I'm ready to lock and load. I took a drink of energy drink and I'm good to go.
Excellent. Well, why don't we start with you, Danikin, and kind of summarize what you think Bears. Summarize how you feel about the loss on Monday night against the Vikings.
Man, well, you look at what happened and what went down, and the way and the fashion that we lost that game. Of course, you're going to be down about it, right? You try to look for some of the good. You try to look for what you can to build off of. But at the end of the day, it's not a good look, man. I mean, some of the same issues that plagued us last year, we started out with that started plaguing us in this game. So it's a work in progress. It's a lot that has to go into this situation. And Bears fans have to be patient, man. If we're not patient, if we're expecting things to just hit on all cylinders, man, we're sadly mistaken. So I knew it would be a difficult struggle, but the things that went wrong in yesterday's game, I was really perplexed by it. I was a little frustrated by it. And there's some people that need to be called out about it. I know I gave you 5 points that I took away from this game, and whenever we get into those, then so be it. But I definitely got to get into them. I mean, especially the last two that I had on that list. Oh, Aldo, you're muted.
Put $1 in the mute jar.
$1 in. That makes it really difficult to hear what I'm saying when I got the mute button on.
We all have the same 5 points. I think you're about to say.
Yeah, probably. Zim, why don't you unmute and give me your summary of the game?
Damn, I'm just trying to share the post on X or whatever the hell it is right now. But call me out, put me on the spot. No, I mean, you can go look at my Twitter timeline. That the tag is right over here at Raging Bear Fan to see exactly what my thoughts were at the end of that game and throughout the game. Because if you're not familiar with my Twitter page, it's mostly dormant until game day, and then it fires off like crazy while I'm live tweeting the whole game. But at any rate, for those of you who aren't, in tune to all that, I started the game very much how I felt throughout the entire week, which was feeling like the stage was too big for McCarthy, feeling like the defense had really stepped up, feeling like Ben Johnson's offense was actually moving the way it was supposed to be, feeling like the guys that I said were not going to be problems in DeAndre Swift and Dayo Odangbo, excuse me, were not problematic at all. They actually were great and solved the problems that they were expected to solve. And then it all just disappeared in the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden, Caleb Williams can't hit the broadside of a barn and organizational ineptitude strikes again. a collapse like we haven't seen since 2018, even though we saw 3 of them last year. Somehow this one hasn't been matched since then. It's frustrating, man. And especially when we've been sold one thing and we witnessed another thing, and it feels like it's because of the same things that we've seen over and over and over again. And that's where my frustration crept in. We'll talk about it more as the show goes on.
Absolutely.
Because I've come back off the ledge since that point. But my immediate live reaction was so terrible. It sucked.
Yeah, well, you and millions of other Chicago Bears fans felt the very same way. Tooch, you want to give us your summary, or should we just jump straight into Bear State of Affairs and then we open it up for roundtable discussion? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I might as well rip the Band-Aid off, Danikin.
I can't get over how dark your hair is.
I know. It's supposed to be like
headsets. Take off those headsets a second. I want to see if you actually had a hair transplant. No, you're still balding.
Come on, I'm a Dago. What are you gonna do? Hey.
That's right. You gotta love the Dagos.
Yeah, it's a little dark. My wife is like, I got this new one. It's really good. You gotta. All right, let's do it.
All right, we always start Bear State of Affairs with this little ditty.
It's time for John's Bears State of Affairs. He got nothing but truth bombs about the Bears. He tells it like it is and always has, with no agenda, just a little pizza. Sit back, light it up, and crack open a beer. It's time for John's Bears State of Affairs. State of Affairs. It's time for John's Bears State of Affairs. State of Affairs. It's time for John's Bears State of Affairs. State of Affairs. It's time for John's Bears State of Affairs.
All right, yeah, Bear State of Affairs. What were you?
They love you, John. They love
All right. Double applause.
Shut up and sit the fuck down.
So, what was everybody doing Monday? Oh no! Speaking of black hair, I'm a black hair. Yeah. Bears 2025 season week 2. What's happening, Barflies? Yep. Well, the Bears played their first game of the 2025 campaign on Monday night at home against the Vikings. Ooh, yeah, and I gotta tell you, Aldo, if NFL games were 45 minutes long instead of 60 minutes, this Bears State of Affairs is totally different, Aldo.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, it was a tale of two halves.
Oh my gosh.
The Bears were dominating the Vikings at Soldier Field for the first 3 quarters, leading 17-6, before collapsing in the fourth quarter and falling in battle to the Vikings 27-24. Yeah, the much ballyhooed, super hyped Ben Johnson regular season debut. Well, it basically felt like every other Bears game we've ever watched, didn't it?
Sure
Yeah. It felt like after the game, I swear I could hear Yogi Berra say, "It's like deja vu all over again, Aldo."
I'm crying.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so reminiscent of past Bears game that I had to coin a new word, Aldo.
What is that?
Eberflusian. Yes, of or pertaining to or reminiscent of bad coaching and fourth quarter collapses in the style of former head coach of the Chicago Bears, Matt Eberflus.
I never thought about it that way.
That's right. Yeah, game 1 of the 2025 season. It was eerily reminiscent of opening day 2019, when Bears fans started to think Mitch Trubisky might not be the Bears' quarterback savior.
That's right.
Yeah. And, it might have been a little reminiscent of the time when Bears fans started to wonder if Justin Fields wasn't the Bears quarterback savior. Yeah,
one of the three kings.
That's from Roy Danikin. Yeah, before Caleb, it was Justin. Before Justin, it was Mitch. Before Mitch, it was Jay. Before Jay, it was Rex. This shit's the Matrix. Yeah, maybe it's the Bears.
Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah. Hell, even though Caleb Williams didn't play that badly, in the back of our collective mind, we all might have been wondering if we drafted the wrong quarterback again. Yeah, there was a lot of hope before the game. I was wearing the shirt. Yeah, many fans and pundits were predicting a Bears opening day victory. Yeah, we all thought we were getting a brand new Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, what we actually got was this, Aldo.
Yeah. Should have made her face even redder.
Yeah, fourth quarter collapse, reminiscent of the NFL record fourth quarter collapses of former Bears head coach Matt Eberflus. Yeah, it might be the organization's curse.
Stop, Tooch. You're killing me.
Too much. Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same, Aldo.
Fitz.
Fitzy is getting in on the piling on.
Jeez.
That's right.
The mild-mannered Fitz even piling on.
He's all over it. Yeah. But Bears head coach Ben Johnson, he was apologetic after the game and chided himself while taking full responsibility. Something past Bears coaches would never have done.
That's a W.
The refreshing part.
We'll take it, yeah.
We'll take that, yep. And while the Bears looked good for roughly 3 quarters, I couldn't escape the feeling that somehow things would eventually go wrong. There were many factors leading to the Bears' defeat. The Bears couldn't run the ball, nor could they stop the run. The new and improved offensive line suffered several costly breakdowns. Caleb Williams missed several key throws. The special teams were abysmal, especially the field goal unit and kick coverage. The referees were equally abysmal. There were enough penalties for the Vikings to hang around and eventually win the game. 12 penalties for 127 yards. And while the officiating was atrocious, the game arguably changed for the worse following a phantom holding penalty on Darnell Wright.
Phantom, yeah.
Even a failure to kick the ball into the end zone before the 2-minute warning to allow the Bears a desperate long shot comeback attempt failed. Yeah, while the Bears bled the clock to take away any chance the Bears had at victory, it was difficult for Bears fans to say that the Bears weren't outcoached by Kevin O'Connell and his coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we shouldn't be too surprised. Ben Johnson is, after all, a rookie head coach. We all know there'll be growing pains. We all know it's too early to give up on the season. Yeah. But there's an underlying feeling of dread after Monday, Aldo. Yeah.
Jennifer
That's
Lopez and the Bears. That's what I'll do to you.
Yeah, it's the feeling that the Bears' organizational dysfunction might be too tough a foe to ever conquer. Yeah, it's the dread that dysfunction breeds dysfunction. And from the top of the organization, where ownership sits in their skybox, to the general manager, who's never been smarter than anyone enough times to ever be the smartest guy in the room, to the new coach who thinks he's better than the coach of the year on the other sideline and doesn't need a first quarter field goal, to the quarterback who says all the right things about winning but can't hit an open receiver downfield enough times to win the tough battles. After all, who is this Bears team to think it could go for it on 4th and 3 in the first quarter and take points off the board? Every grizzled old Bears fan knew that this decision would come back to bite us in the ass.
Yep.
Even the Soldier Field turf was the same old lousy, slippery enemy of the Bears. Symbolic reminder of the Bears' growing desire to leave Chicago and control their own destiny. Yeah.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
And the defense, which gave up 21 fourth quarter points and is supposed to be the hallmark of the Bears' legacy, will it again help this dysfunctional organization snatch defeat from the jaws of victory? I don't know how many times in my lifetime I've said those words, Aldo, but snatching defeat just seems to be the MO of a dysfunctional organization. I never used to say that Bears ownership was the problem until this past decade.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And offended ownership, saying they aren't football people, they're just fans. Yeah, but it may be true that the fish rots from the head, even if unwittingly, Aldo. Yeah, I never used to think that convincing the owners to sell the team that their long-deceased patriarch founded was ever the solution. Now I think it might be the only way to rid our favorite team of this turbulent dysfunction. After all, they are the ones who hired General Manager Ryan Poles, who would oversee this mess. Don't believe me? They're the ones who gave their hand-picked GM a 4-year extension for building this mess, while expecting the GM's hand-picked head coach to save his hand-picked franchise quarterback and
I guess the Ben Johnson effect, right?
and overcome the aforementioned mess. Yeah, against Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and J.J. McCarthy, the quarterbacks that Ryan Poles allegedly scorned, he and his hand-picked franchise quarterback Caleb Williams are 0-3. It's very likely that of the Bears' triumvirate of Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, and Ryan Poles, Poles is the weakest link. Don't believe me? Yeah, if you could only keep 2 of the 3 people I just mentioned, which 2 are you keeping? Yeah, if I was the owner and you used one of my draft picks to draft a punter, I'm firing you. If you draft 2 punters in 4 years, I'm planting a car bomb in your Mercedes.
Damn, dude.
I kept... I have a flair for the dramatic, Aldo.
You're Italian, like you said.
Monday night, I kept looking for Ryan Poles' prize free agent signing Grady Jarrett, but he's so small I could barely see him out there on the field.
Oh, stop.
Shit.
Bullshit. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Mr. Duke. I wanted to see if the guy who Poles rushed out to sign after he was cut by the Falcons, who are arguably the worst defense in the NFL last season, was worth the money. 1 tackle and a huge liability in the run defense. Yeah, Poles' keen eye for talent was on full display. And don't even get me started on Jonah Jackson, the new Nate Davis. I couldn't figure out why Poles wanted to sign Jarrett so badly. And then it hit me. He's the Case Keenum of the defense.
Oh, no.
Yeah, regarding Caleb Williams, no doubt he should garner a fair amount of sympathy for being the media's whipping boy and the subject of a lot of unfair publicity. Yeah, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Caleb Williams loves being a quarterback more than playing quarterback.
Oh.
Yeah, all that stuff, the nails, the gray untucked shirt beneath the jersey, the flamboyancy. I don't really care about all that. Chicago's had flamboyant players before who brought home championships. Hell, Aldo and I were around for Dennis Rodman.
My guy.
Yeah. Well, without all the winning, it will grow tiresome and it will wear on fans after a while. What's so important about being different? What's so important about a fashion statement or any other statement for that matter? Sometimes I feel like, why can't we just play ball? To me, these are all distractions. The fans will eventually grow tired of them. You see, the fans, they want their franchise quarterback to focus on winning. Focus on being the best quarterback you can be. No one should pay you $1 billion to play quarterback if all this other shit distracts you from winning games for their favorite team. Like I said, dysfunction breeds dysfunction. And asking Ben Johnson to save this team from decades of systemic organizational dysfunction is not only unfair, it might be impossible, and that's Bears' state of affairs.
He told it like it is and always will. Listen next week to get an earful of whatever's happening with the Chicago Bears. It always happens here with John's state of affairs. If you have to disagree, he's got a decree. Go fuck your fist cause you're on his blacklist. You just heard the bare truth right here and now. John gave it to you straight cause he's got no sacred cows. If you have to disagree, he's got a decree. Go fuck your fist cause you're on his blacklist. This was John's Bear state of affairs.
Damn, bro.
Too negative.
I mean, they're just 0-1. It's not like there's a crater now on Soldier Field. We gotta address whether we agree with Tooch or disagree. Why don't we start clockwise to start with Danikin?
All right. Well, I'm going to agree with some of the stuff that he said. I mean, there were, it's painfully obvious that some of the same issues that plagued us last year have carried over into this season. And that's one of the things that I was frustrated about. People were frustrated with this game, no doubt. the most important thing that the biggest factor for me was Ben Johnson being a disciplinarian, right? Somebody who was supposed to crack the whip and get guys in shape and this and that and the third. They were tremendously undisciplined. Now you can chalk it up to, hey, it's the preseason, or not the preseason, but it's the first game. There are going to be some penalties, so on and so forth, and that's fine. But somebody who's so attention to detail, I mean, we've heard the stories where a guy will line up 1 yard off and he's all over them. You know what I mean? He's yelling at people. He's getting them in order. So for us to have so many pre-snap penalties, 127 yards worth of penalties and 12 penalty in totality, to me, that was not a good sign. And then you also look at the situation. We had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, right? There's no way we should have lost that game. You just got to make plays, enough plays to hold the lead. And he didn't do that. There were some questionable things that went on, like kicking the ball, with Cairo Santos. My thing is, we all understand that Cairo Santos doesn't have the strongest leg, right? So if that's the case, kick the ball out of bounds, take the penalty if you have to. Oh, what about your punter that you drafted in the early going, right, in the early rounds? Why not use him as the kickoff specialist? He's got a powerful leg. He's accurate as well. So you can easily kick the ball through the back of the end zone to where you can save some clock. And
you
get
can kick it out of bounds.
You can kick it out of bounds. Like I said,
That's what he said. Yep.
Take the
I'm sorry, Mr.
They didn't, if you just wanted to have Cairo Santos. But I knew Cairo Santos it's hit or miss whether he kicks the ball through the back of the end zone. It is. And I know that. Everybody knows that. So for us to I don't know if that, of course, it's Richard Washington. I mean, Richard Hightower that's to blame there. But the buck stops with Ben Johnson. And at the end of the day, he should have made it painfully obvious that we're either kicking this ball through the back of the end zone or kick it out of bounds. I don't care. Something. So those are the issues that I had a problem with. Those were the biggest factors, in my opinion. There were some other things like Caleb's errant throws. You know what I mean? He had DJ Moore on a touchdown where he overshot him by about 10 yards out of bounds. There were terrible throws down the middle of the field to the outside. There's nowhere that he was accurate except for when he was on the run. You can't be on the run every single play. You can't do that, not in the NFL. So, that has to be cleaned up. Those are the issues that I saw. But the glaring issue to me was that we didn't close the deal on a game that we should have won once again. And that's the most frustrating thing to me.
Yeah, this is before I get to you, Zim, this is Caleb talking about those missed passes.
It's frustrating because, like I said, after the game, is like you did everything up to that point right, and then you missed a pass. And it's frustrating. And that's something that we practice on, something that we get after, and something that I'm going to keep, getting after, keep correcting. It's passes that I feel that I typically don't miss in those, moments and situations, and especially with, some of the passes being what they were and how wide open, and, you miss and you move on and you correct and, you find ways to get better.
Okay, Zim. Do you agree with something that Tooch said that you want to talk about, or disagree with something? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, first off, your point with the offensive line. Yeah, I don't know that I'd quite go to Nate Davis levels with Jonah Jackson because at least he's there and showing up and on the field. So he's already head and shoulders above. But yeah, he's still a step slow. He's still not getting where he needs to be. He feels like he's almost not conditioned correctly to play the position. And it seemed like that all night. Drew Gallman right next to him really messed some stuff up. It seemed like I saw a couple plays where he let blockers just run right past, or let rushers run right past him. So there's still miscommunication happening there. That's more where I see the issue with the details, because something that Danikin just pointed out with the issue in the details, that's us not listening closely enough as fans. Ben Johnson told us this last week. Ben Johnson told us explicitly that he's not happy with where the execution is on this team right now. He knew there were going to be pre-snap penalties. He warned us all last week. We didn't listen, and that's why we're frustrated about it today. So as far as that part goes, I'm not as annoyed about that one because Ben knows that they're not where they're supposed to be. He knows that they've got a lot of improving to do, and he's fully admitted it both last week and yesterday and today. or I guess Monday and today. Now, as far as the Grady Jarrett point, I just want to point out that the guys on either side of Grady Jarrett looked like potential breakout candidates for this year. I can't help but think that Grady Jarrett has something to do with that. He might not have done anything on the stat sheet for himself, but the fact that the guys on either side of him were both getting home, getting pressure, and affecting the pass rush and affecting the game, that's not coincidence to me. And I need to go back and look at the tape a little more closely to see exactly why that was happening. But I have to imagine that Jarrett was taking on some double teams that allowed these guys to get into some single one-on-one situations and create that pressure. I know for a fact that Dayo Odengbo on both Dayo Odengbo and Gervon Dexter, they both met at the quarterback on there's sacks that each of them had. In my opinion, those were probably given out as a half a sack to each of them, but I don't know exactly how it was broken down. The point is, they met at the quarterback, and it's because they were each in one-on-one situations. Well, if you're each in one-on-one situations, that means there's two guys on one somewhere, probably Grady Jarrett. So again, I got to get deeper. I got to look at tape on that. I'm not really a huge tape and film guy. I don't really have time for it these days either, but I do have a feeling he was affecting the pass rush to some degree on that side of things. Now, as far as what Caleb just said, it's a political answer. It's a whole lot of nothing. It's a whole lot of, saying something for the sake of saying something. We've all heard that answer, 100 times over. And I think that's what's going to grow tiresome to Chicago fans more so than a lot of other things. Because for the people who care about the swag and the nails and the flowers in the hair and what he's doing, they're already out on him.
Yeah.
They've already made their decisions as far as I'm concerned. Whether he's the quarterback for the next season or the next decade, I think people who feel that way about him already have made up their minds. And for those of us that are still slightly invested or fully invested, it comes down to what's happening on the field and the painting of the nails or the wearing of the undershirts. It's no different than Brandon Marshall and his lime green cleats on Monday Night Football. We can all close our eyes and still see that because it was such an outrageous statement that he made, similar to Dennis Rodman with the Bulls back in the 90s and his tie-dye hair and his painted nails and his pierced. Anyway, everybody does their own things, and I think that's just part of being a high-profile athlete in today's society. Overall, I think that there's a lot of things for them to improve, and I don't think that we as fans are going to truly understand what a lot of them are. And that's kind of the frustrating part, is that this team is actually better in the sense that you can't just point at something and say, that's the problem right there. Like, it was so easy for the last, since 2019 to point at something on our screen and say, that's the problem. That's what went wrong. That's what's got to be fixed. I don't think that's really what happened on Monday. I think it was a culmination of a lot of different things. I think there's a lot of intricacies. I also think it's week 1, which is the flukiest week of any sports game of the year. The most fluke situations happen every year in week 1 of the NFL season. I think maybe the only other fluky week is week 1 of the college football season. So I think there's a lot still left to happen. And the ultimate, most encouraging part about all this isn't the first year of the championship window as far as I think a lot of fans are concerned. As far as we're concerned, the window is still closed. It might be cracked open a little bit, but to say that you're expecting the Bears to go compete for a championship this year is just not realistic. That is what gives the most room for potential growth and potential optimism in the future.
Here's what I'd like to do. Danikin came up with 5 points that he wanted to talk about on our pre-show, but unfortunately we didn't get through that. But we could still use that as kind of an outline for our discussion for the next 30 minutes or so. So let's start, Danikin, and then the rest of us can react to it. You wanted to begin talking about that opening drive that we got a touchdown? What?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, right? I mean, we went all year last year without an opening drive touchdown drive. So,
wait, I've got something for you.
To do it was quite exhilarating, you might say, right? We Okay, we're on to some things here. Caleb was 6 for 6 on that drive, or started out 7 for 7 total.
Mm-hmm.
So
10 for 10.
he made plays with his legs, everything seemed to be working, clicking, doing very nicely, right? And that was an outstanding thing. So you see, and I was a proponent. I was a person that was complaining last year, like start fast, start early, like play well in the first quarter, second quarter, and to see them go out there and kind of be very good in that first opening drive, that gave us something to hang our hats on and say, okay, well, maybe we're going to turn a corner here somewhere. So that was really good. I enjoyed seeing that.
That was the first time in 729 days that the Bears had an opening drive touchdown.
It's crazy.
But I think that opening drive touchdown ultimately turned into what their downfall was on the day. Because what we talked about last week about getting to play smash mouth football, getting to be aggressive with your opponent and controlling that game, you control the run game. And they were throwing it all over the field on that, almost like they were trying to come out and prove that Caleb can do it or something. I don't know. I'm guessing on that. That one's a total projection. But overall, I think as great as it looked awesome. It was satisfying as hell in the moment. But looking back, I mean, again, hindsight's 2020. But I feel like if they'd run the ball a little more, really establish that run game in that first quarter and that first half, like Minnesota did.
Yep, that's what the Vikings
That's what caused Minnesota to win the game. They wore the Bears down with that run game, and the Bears were then forced to continue to run around pass rush to try to put a fresh player, he's not a rookie anymore, but a fresh player in situations against this really tough defense. Whereas if they'd figured out how to run the ball early, give Kyle Monangai more than 3 touches, maybe this is a different game that we're talking about.
And Ben Johnson,
that's a good point, though.
Yeah, Ben Johnson said that when he was asked by Courtney Cronin today how to get Kyle more involved, he said, I just have to call more run plays. I talked with EB about it and just got to call more run plays. So I know Danikin has a topic here about Ben Johnson's decision, so we'll get to that in a little while. But Tooch, what are your thoughts about the opening drive that Danikin brought up first?
Oh, thank God we finally scored on our opening drive. It's been forever. But yeah, the guys are right about, we couldn't run the ball. 26 passes to 35 passes to 26 runs. The ineffectiveness in our run game, which, Ben Johnson's offense is predicated on the run.
You said 26 runs?
26 runs. Yeah.
I would be curious how many of those were designed versus scrambles.
And 6 of them were scrambles.
Right. That skews that number quite significantly. Right. That's realistically 41 throws to 20 runs.
Right. Exactly. 41 to 20. Yep. And the keys to the game that Doug Buffone would always say, Aldo, were run the football, stop the run, and pressure the quarterback. And Minnesota did that to us. They ran right. They ran all over us in the second half of the game. Just could not stop the run. Reminiscent of last year, we couldn't stop the run when Andrew Billings was off the field with the injury.
True.
But Ben Johnson, what worries me is like we didn't invest too much in the run game. I think Ben Johnson, we have to have a good run game so he can run play action often. This is a system that Caleb Williams is not used to, being under center, running play action, and the timing based nature of this offense. Something that he's not used to. He's really going to have to learn. He's really going to have to get used to.
Yeah. Now I've been bookmarking tweets all week, so as long as we're talking about the run game, I do just want to point out that the Bears had a 17.6% success rate on running back run plays, which is 5 points lower than the next worst team this week, which I think speaks a lot to Minnesota's ability as well as the Bears' inability.
They were the number 1 run defense in the NFL last year. Them or Baltimore. They were the top 2 run defenses.
Once upon a time, we had a tweet of the week segment on a show, and oh my God, I found one for this week. And as long as we're talking about the run game and it's about our future opponents, the Detroit Lions, hey, we could have been worse. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are supposed to be Sonic and Knuckles, but this week they look more like ass and cheeks.
That's a good one.
They couldn't run the ball either.
Give that guy the Tweet of the Week award. And one of the things about the first drive that really impressed me is that Caleb used his legs. And I've been saying this for since Mitch Trubisky was here as a Chicago Bears coach. They have to game plan for him to use his legs. It's a powerful weapon. It was for Trubisky, it was for Fields, and it is for Caleb. And as they are learning a new offense, they should be telling the quarterback, hey, you can't find your second or third read, get the hell out of there and call some designed runs. Justin Fields was, in my mind, one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League when you account for the fact that he was just as good as any fucking running back, so right now with Caleb, and Caleb is fast. He was asked today about his speed, and was he ever timed?
It's frustrating because, like I said,
that's not the one.
Probably like 22 miles an hour at some point.
You think you were over 20 on the touchdown run. Have you done any speed work to improve that, or is that just something that is a little bit unheralded?
No, I think I've been kind of fast. It's just I just choose how much speed I need to use to just stay as far away as I can from the defender chasing me. In certain moments, you open it up, and then certain moments you just, like I said, you stay away and use the proper amount of speed to just stay away from, whoever's chasing me.
Wish I had the kind of speed to do that.
Ben Johnson talked about the escapability. He really did make some great plays with his legs. I
got one thing to say though. Just one thing about that, right? Like, I like when he uses his legs sometimes, right? And I think it can be definitely a weapon that he can use. But, huge caveat. I believe sometimes because of some of the things that he can do, and he'll get away from somebody every now and then, that he tends to lean upon that a little bit too much. And that's when like he kind of mentioned it. I use it
on the pass
to run away from somebody, and then I just use a little bit to stay away from them, and that's fine because you're buying time. I understand that, right? But at the same time, I believe sometimes he uses it to a detriment, and he will run himself into sacks. He'll run himself out of bounds and sack himself like he did earlier, right?
Yes.
Like he did yesterday.
Well,
not yesterday,
it was
but
an accident.
Sunday. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Field awareness is field awareness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to know where you are on the field.
I'm just saying, Mitch used to just outright run out of bounds. Like,
yeah.
Caleb was at least trying to stay in bounds.
Yeah, and he just kind of lost sight of where the sideline was because he wasn't out of bounds by much. It was a couple of inches, but Mitch Trubisky actually ran out of bounds. It's like Dan Orlovsky ran out of the end zone.
At the same time, it's like just throw the ball away at that point. I totally get where you're coming from, Dan, on all that. Yeah,
get rid of the ball. Like sometimes get rid of the ball, live to fight another down, right, and play another down. And that's what I mean. Like he kind of gets lost in that. And it's like I liken it to Russell Westbrook playing basketball. When he sees 2 threes go in, now all of a sudden I'm hot, I'm shooting, I'm gunning, I'm going crazy with it. And Caleb, okay, I made a couple plays with my legs. I did this, I did that. Now that run in for the touchdown, now all of a sudden the rest of the game, he was just like freelancing. And it's like, dude, play within the system sometimes, man.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just that I cut together some of the media comments, and somebody in the media says, like, right now, it doesn't seem like a good match between Ben Johnson and Caleb. And the reason why is because Ben Johnson is a scientist and a mathematician, and it's scientific way of playing the game of football, where Caleb, the guy in the clip says, is more of an artist. He's a free-form artist.
We saw this movie with Mike Martz and Jay Cutler.
Yeah,
and here's the thing, though.
Saw the same movie with Jay Cutler and Mike Martz,
and Justin Fields and Matt Nagy. We've seen that before.
Go ahead, Jim. Yeah. Boy, hold on before I forget this point.
Sure.
You have to credit Brian Flores with a lot of the stuff that he was doing pre-snap, because he showed cover 0, and then he dropped 2 guys back, showed cover 2, and then played man-to-man under it.
I'm not giving Brian Flores any credit because that's what he does. That's what he's always done.
Well, I mean, it obviously affected Caleb Williams' decision making.
I'm not saying that he's not good by any means. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying I don't give him credit for that because we've known that's what he's going to do. We know that's who he is. We know that he's just outright smarter than most other people on defense.
He called a good game on defense. I'll tell you that.
He really did. And it's what you should expect every time you go up to face Minnesota at this point, and that just is what it is. But no, as far as science and art, like, isn't that why we're so fascinated with like the Greeks and the Romans and the Aztecs and all these ancient cultures? Because they perfectly combined art and math and science into one thing. It's what made Leonardo da Vinci a name that we still know to this day, right? When you can do it.
I never thought about it that way. Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing when they come together correctly. So it's not impossible. It's not impossible, and I think it can work out. And Andy Reid's doing it in Kansas City with Pat Mahomes right now. You want to talk about a guy who's analytics, by the book, mad scientist kind of guy with an artist at quarterback. I mean, and an artist at tight end as far as the way that he plays that position in Travis Kelce. I don't think he's ever run a route in a day in the NFL. He just kind of goes to a spot and says, "Right here, bud."
Yeah, I hear you. All right, let's keep things moving around. Your second point, Danikin, was that the wide receivers and tight ends and all the weapons on this team are going to eat in this offense. What made you think that?
Well, I mean, Caleb's errant throws made me thinking because I was like, these guys are running open. They're wide open. Like he was missing some guys that were wide open at times, right? So I was just like, okay, if those passes are on target, these guys are doing damage when they catch the ball. They're in the open space. They're in the open field. You got guys that are going to be running. I mean, Cole Kmet made an outstanding catch in the seam. That was nasty. And that pass was off target, right? But he made a juggling catch, reached up for it. So, just looking at some of the plays where guys were wide open, I was just like, yeah, he knows how to get guys open. Ben Johnson does, right? He knows how to get guys open. The plays are going to work as long as you execute and you throw the ball accurately.
See what happens when I'm not around? Nobody wants to talk.
I do have something on that, Aldo.
Please.
Over the last 18 games, these are the overthrows.
Yeah, I saw that.
Top, and Williams overthrows 17 more than the next highest guy.
And which is Bo Nix, who was drafted the same year. And I went on a tirade about this on a couple of shows ago. I forget what shows I'm on, but I went on a tirade and I got attacked by a lot of people. And it's like he's only been in Ben Johnson's offense for a short time, but it's an overthrow. It's an overthrow. It's like he and I playing catch and him throwing it over my head all the time. It doesn't matter the offense. Now, if the guy's point was that Ben is a quarterback whisperer and that he's going to work on his mechanics to improve that, then that I get. But to me, I've always felt that the number one thing you look for in a quarterback, besides size and make sure he's got an NFL body, is accuracy. I don't care if he can throw it 60 yards. I want him to hit that 10, 15-yard pass accurately as opposed to throwing it over his head or in the ground or anything like that. You don't have an offense if your quarterback doesn't throw accurately. So, anyway.
Well, 30% of the targets that he threw were off-target passes on Sunday or Monday. 30% of them.
It makes you wonder if it is a timing thing or if it's a rhythm thing or if it's a mechanics thing or what's going on, because clearly something is off. So you got to figure out what
mechanic.
Another thing that I was thinking about with all this is how many throwaways did he have in that game? Does anybody remember him throwing the ball like out of bounds, not to a target other than
one away on the right sideline?
Okay, one throwaway in a game like 35?
Yeah.
We've got memories of him being sacked and running out of bounds and making some incredible plays with his feet, but not throwing the ball away more than one time. Like, that's those kind of things that, like, I feel like if he accepts that he can do that kind of stuff, then maybe some of the other stuff starts to fall into place. It's more or less understanding. You don't have to be perfect on every play, because I almost feel like that's what causes him to get the jitters in these late game situations, because that's when he overthrows the ball. He doesn't overthrow the ball early in games. He overthrows it in the middle and in the late at the end of games when these plays matter a whole lot more.
He can make plays in the fourth quarter. We saw it last year.
There
were times when he was bringing us back.
Oh, yeah. We know he can do it. It's just, I don't know. I think that at sometimes he's either losing focus or I don't know what it is. And Zach brings up an interesting point. He says you're also screwing your receivers' development when you can't get them the ball. Roma Dunze is a prime example of that. That guy, I think on most other offenses in the NFL with, a good quarterback and stuff, that guy's stats would be almost double of what they've been so far with the Chicago Bears in the 18 games that he's played. But hopefully that's going to come. I don't want to get too hard on Caleb, but yeah, he's got to improve. That's the key thing. All right. Danikin, you also brought up the Grady and Dio appear to be worth the money. Tell us more.
I think. Well, number one, Dio was outstanding in what he was able to do and accomplish yesterday. I think Grady, he didn't play. He didn't show up on the stat sheet like a lot of people would want, right? But you got to understand that Grady's playing the defensive tackle position. You don't have the opportunity to get that many sacks or that many tackles unless they're running the ball, pounding the ball. Then you're a run stopper sometimes, right? So a lot of what he does, and I think Zim mentioned it as well earlier, is that he has to be rubbing off on Dexter, Javon Dexter a little bit, right? He has to be helping him, teaching him a little bit of something. He has to be helping Dio as well. And to me, when you have guys that played, because they played well, they got after the quarterback, they played pretty decent against the run for the most part. They met at the quarterback a few times, like we mentioned. So when you have that type of thing, and we've seen what the Bears look like when they have no pass rush at all, when they have nothing in the front, when it comes to the trenches on the defensive side of the ball, we've seen them get gashed for 8, 10, 12-yard runs, like just marching down the field on this last year. So it was a refreshing thing to see them kind of making a little bit of headway when it comes to the defensive line and seeing those guys actually pan out a little bit. Hopefully they keep that trend going upward and get even better as the season progresses.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's a liability in the run game, in my opinion. They ran right at him. It could be he's out of shape. He didn't play in the preseason. He's not ready. Or maybe we'll see some better Grady in the future. But man, he got washed out in the run game. He was just stone still.
I don't know. I don't know about that. And by the way, he had a lot of snaps in camp.
Yeah,
I went to 4 of the practices, and he was heavily involved. But finish your point.
Sorry, yeah, I just maybe at this point in his career, he's a liability in the run game.
He might be.
He showed up on the injury report as a DNP today.
Yeah,
with a knee injury.
He has a knee injury,
and it makes you wonder when that potentially happened, because he could have been battling through it the entire game for all we know, that might have been some of his ineffectiveness. It's part of the mystery of this game and this league that I kind of forgot about up until the game. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess we don't really know everything that's going on. As much as we feel like we are in this 24-hour news cycle we live in, like we really don't know a lot of what's actually happening out there.
Yep. What was the one guest we had, Aldo, that told us about Montez Sweat, the gash on his calf that affected him all last year? We didn't know about that.
Yeah, that's true.
That was fantastic insight.
Very good insight.
Yep.
All right, I think we talked about Ben's decision-making and Caleb being erratic enough. Here's what I'd like to do. I put together a mashup of what the media has said since Monday morning. Here's a taste of it, and then we can talk about it on the other end. It's 4 minutes long.
Ben Johnson, to me, he's a little bit like a Shanahan or a Kevin O'Connell. Here's the play, run it. He'll give you some freedoms. Caleb, he's an artist, and I know Caleb will be better. I know that, Mark. But sometimes I wonder if stylistically they're not a perfect fit.
Well, I think number one is his process, approach, and philosophy is probably really taken a shift. And, you know, he's had different types of coordinators, whether it's in college or even his rookie year where he could kind of ad-lib kind of at will. Yeah. I think exactly what you said. There's going to be some more structure. We're going to develop, you know, a kind of a 1-2-3 plan. This is kind of what it feels like. If it doesn't, we're getting to 2. If not, we're getting to 3. And let's speed that process up. From everybody you talk to about Ben Johnson, I mean, he's a no-nonsense guy. He has a picture and a vision of what it's supposed to look like. And if it don't look like that, get the hell out of my way. I'll find a guy that can do it.
I think they feel like they've seen some things, but there's more work to do with Caleb Williams. I think how they would have expected to feel. This is his third coach in a year and a half.
He has had as many head coaches as the Pittsburgh Steelers have had since 1969.
It is J.J. McCarthy's 16th month with Kevin O'Connell. It is Caleb Williams' 6th month with Ben Johnson.
Look, there's a lot of special in Caleb Williams' video for Monday night, and it's the type of stuff that says, like, there's no way you can give up on this talent prematurely, but then there's a lot of ugliness in the basic responsibilities and duties of a QB1 in this league that you've got to get cleaned up quickly. Otherwise, you walk yourself into the danger zone really, really fast.
Well, there was a rookie everybody was worried about in that game. And guess what? The rookie who looked like he was not ready for prime time was your head coach. Ben Johnson had a bad night. Too many dumb coaching decisions. Why are you going for it on 4th and 2 with a quarterback who you're trying to develop? You've had hiccups throughout training camp and preseason. You can go up a touchdown again. It's 10-3, 7-3. You can go up 10-3. Nope. We're going to be Dan Campbell. We're going to go for it. And you missed on it. How'd that work out for you? How about the challenge in the second half when Hawkinson tried to get up? His knee is clearly down. And if you're touched, even if just the ball is touched, that is considered part of your body. I listened to Yerk last night say that. If you touch just the ball and his knee's down, he's down. So who's advising you up in the booth? Ray Charles? That was the dumbest decision of the night because you needed that timeout. And then at the end, you either kick the ball in the back of the end zone or you kick it out of bounds. Who cares if you're at the 40-yard line? You either stop them or you don't.
And by the way, Jonah Jackson, the season started yesterday. You might want to get on board with everybody else. You might want to start playing, okay? Because there was not inspired football on the inside of that offensive line.
Special teams start the fourth quarter. They had a punt block. They couldn't get a kickoff out the back of the end zone. There's culpability there in the loss for the special teams. The defense, which has been fantastic for 3 quarters, gives up 3 consecutive touchdown drives in gotta-have-it moments. Can't happen. Offense, struggled, inconsistent, quarterback, erratic. You name it, was all there. And so I think Ben Johnson probably hasn't slept much since Monday night trying to figure out how to get this cleaned up and what problems are immediately fixable and what stuff he's going to have to work with.
The sky's not falling, but the thing that's so frustrating is that you had an opportunity to win the ball game and you did not execute across the board, coaching as well as the offense, defense, and special teams. And hopefully we won't see that too often this year. But again, not a great start to the Ben Johnson era.
Well, I think we
great job on the media mashup, although that was
good. Yeah. Thank you. It
was like since Dan Aguirre, we haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yeah, that's right. He inspired the idea, and he started with it, and then I continued it, and then Jay Grizz, after not having it for several months, Jay Grizz says, "Hey, I want that media mashup, and I want it now." So I started working on it.
The Weeder quote, his little segment. You know, the Bears were not ready for prime time.
Yeah. You know what? Weeder gets a lot of heat, but I agree with him. Now, I got to say this. Danikin, I saw you laughing a lot regarding the
Catman getting punched. That was fantastic.
But somebody said something about, what was it somebody said in the chat? And I see Danikin cracking up about Kaplan No, it wasn't that one. Anyway,
Was
do
it
you remember?
Leprechaun? I know they said something
Yeah,
about
it was a
Leprechaun.
Exactly.
Who's this Leprechaun with the green?
There it is. Who's this leprechaun? That was Jay Grizz.
What's this fighting Irish hat on?
Good old Jay Grizz. Yep.
That's right. That's right. And then Jeff Willis says, "Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys dressed like that at Notre Dame football games."
If we
All
could
right,
never have Kaplan in a media mashup again, I would be ecstatic.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can't stand that.
I kind of
guy's
like
face.
seeing him get punched in the face, though.
Yeah,
You know what?
that's a good look. I like that.
Catman's been on.
Catman's
Catman's been on Barroom before.
several times. I got to
Yeah.
tell you one thing. We all disagree with him on a lot of things, but when you ask him to be on a podcast, he is the
Yep, he
nicest
does. Yep.
guy. He really
Well,
is.
It's because he's good at his job. That's why
He's
I
very-
dislike him
yeah.
so much. Because
Yes, you're right.
It's his whole job is to like
great.
incite that spark in people to get you to say, "Hey, man, fuck you! I'm going to call your show now and tell you why you're wrong," and get thousands of people to listen to him. I mean, that's art, man. You want to talk about a mad scientist creating art? That's it right there.
Well, and I gotta admit, there's sometimes where I feel like the show might go a little stale, and I throw out a controversial topic, or I'll say something that I know you guys are going to jump on me for. Let's light a little fire to this show.
And that's the thing. You've got to add a little shtick to make your show like interesting and fun. But I mean, some guys understand how to do it by like pissing off their fan base, and other guys think that Tyson Bagent is just like fuel for everything. And it's like, hey, we've been over this bit for like a year and a half now, guys. Can we talk about literally anything else?
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Are you guys hungry right now?
Always.
Well, guess
So
what?
hungry I could eat a block of government cheese.
Who was it? My guy. What the hell is his name? Robert Townsend had I don't know if anyone here is old enough. Tooch, maybe you're old enough for Robert Townsend. He was a comedian, went on to make movies and stuff. He had the
Hollywood
best
show.
joke. Yes. Father, are we getting the government cheese this month? I find it quite delicious. That was hilarious.
Best
Anyways,
grilled cheese
Fitz, how are
sandwich.
you?
Yeah.
My man Fitz, hold on, Fitz. I want to play your video.
Okay.
Because I love that song. Where the hell is it? It's somewhere around here. Let me find it right about.
Welcome to the barroom, Fitz. No better food critic exists. You bring the world to Chicago on your own YouTube channel. But we don't just want your connoisseur skills. Your passion for the Bears gives us some chills. Fitz is with the barroom, boom, boom, boom. Fitz is with the barroom, boom, 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 boom. Fitz is with the barroom, boom, boom, boom. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
God, I love Fitz and I love that song. How are
My
you?
wife was humming that the other day.
Oh, I love it. I love it. My wife was humming this song that Steven Zimmerman is going to premiere in about 40 minutes or so. But let's get to you, Fitz. What's going on? What did you think about the Bears game on Monday night?
Oh, good Lord. That last drive at the end of the third when they were driving, it looked like there was a score. I was like at peak excitement of the future because I was like, we've got the lead. It hasn't been pretty, but he still wants to run that ball, and we're doing it. We're going to control this game. We're going to win it ugly, And then everything just turned on that. Right on that. I can't even talk about it. I'm just a little frustrated.
So frustrating. Yes,
But
that's
I was so
today's show.
excited on that drive. I hadn't seen it. Swift was moving people. They were moving the ball down. It's like they were forcing their will on him. It seemed from it, and then it was just gone. Just boom.
Check out what Mark Lamont is saying. Dan Aykroyd in the movie Neighbors says, I could eat a dead baby's butt through a park bench. I'm not sure what inspired that, but it's pretty funny. Anything else, Fitz, about this game that really, something that, whether it's a player or a decision or anything like that, that you really wanted to talk about?
I really, up until the ugliness happened in that drive, I really liked it. It was something that we hadn't seen in a while. It's like, I go all the way back to 2018 that year, where they couldn't really control games with the late third, fourth quarter running attack. They had to just sort of always kind of, they'd win the games, but it's like they couldn't, just have that one signature 12, 13, 14 play drive that just set the tone. And that drive looked like it was going to be that, even if you come out of there with 3 points, they're up 20-6. And you've just forced your will down this team's throat, and it would have been a whole different ball game, I think, right there. So there was some future there that I liked,
I'm interested in everyone's reaction to this question. Do we win that game if our 3 injured starters from the defense are playing that game? Do we win it if Jalen Johnson, TJ Edwards, and who was the third starter? Kyler Gordon are playing in that game? I tend to think that we probably would, but what do you guys think?
We also lost Nashawn Wright, too.
Yes, well,
Greg Gabriel
told me he came back into the game, but I didn't see him.
He did.
I don't know.
He came back.
He did? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
What do you think? We win that game?
I think so. I mean, I think it's enough to not give up 21 points in one quarter, to have a couple of those guys back. Maybe, you have those. If you have Jalen Johnson just on out there, they don't get that second touchdown for sure. So I think so, but they should.
The rest of you, I think.
I'd say I tend to think that even with those guys in the game, it would have been difficult because the Bears were giving them the ball at the 50-yard line. You can't do that. You can't give them the ball at the 50-yard line and put your defense in no man's land all the time, right?
Great point.
And act like they just supposed to stop them. So that's the biggest thing to me. You put them in a better situation. The defense played good all night, right? And it's only a matter of time before something starts breaking loose. Justin Jefferson is Justin Jefferson. Let's just be honest, right? So to expect him to be shut completely down is going to be difficult. Even with Jalen Johnson on the field, it would have been difficult. Even with linebackers and so on and so forth. So I think the biggest problem or concern was putting them at the 50-yard line every single time and letting them get a head start.
Yeah, that punt return game, I mean, that was at Miles Price. We had a hard time covering kicks.
Yeah, almost like it was an issue the entire preseason that never got addressed.
How did Richard Hightower survive 2 head coaching changes? Although
I'm starting to wonder, man.
I love the guy, but it just seems like he's not delivering. I think he's really an excellent listen on his press conferences. But there's a lot of shit going on wrong with special teams.
He can't make the tackles.
I'll say,
the Cairo Santos makes that 50-yard field goal and Ben Johnson doesn't forego a field goal, we're not having this conversation. But the thing is that kicking a 50-yard field goal is like kicking a 40-yard field goal was 10 years ago. These guys, a 50-yard fild goal is nothing now. Now guys are kicking 60 or 70y field goals.
Not for Santos, though.
Not for Santos.
He's a knuckleball kicker, man. Like every single, he barely snuck it in the right side of the upright on that one kick. It was,
we may be revisiting the kicker, throughout the season. I don't know if we kept the wrong kicker.
35 and in, I love him. Anything past that, I'm.
Why he keeps
need more than that. Yeah, we need more than
he's
that.
Literally automatic from under 40 yards.
We just
the second you get outside of it, you've got issues.
Hey, Fitz, what did you eat during the game?
I had some grilled buffalo wings, and I made pizza quesadillas. Didn't order pizza. I made some pizza quesadillas and some big tortillas with some sauce and cheese and pepperoni. It was delicious.
Nice. I like it. All right, let's get to your restaurant review. What's the name of this place?
This is New Tastes of Chicago on South Michigan Avenue.
Okay.
I was there a little bit back, and they have a very interesting sandwich that I tried.
Fitz, I of course screened the video before loading it into StreamYard here, and holy cow, man!
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a sandwich quite the size of this one.
It was huge.
Look at Tooch; he's got a heart on already.
I'm hungry, man. I didn't eat dinner. I was preparing for the show since like 5 o'clock.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. No, you were dyeing your hair. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that too. I can do both at the same time. Multitasking, Aldo.
Exactly. Let me remind everyone that they can find all of Fitz's videos on his YouTube channel. And the name of that YouTube channel again is Fitz?
It's at FritzMagic Shy.
All right, here comes his video.
This is the enormous packed shoe sandwich at New Taste of Chicago at 111th and South Michigan Avenue. This makes the gym shoe look like a flip-flop. Roast beef, corned beef, gyro, chicken, and steak with all the trimmings between 2 French bread loaves with fries and a drink, all for just $24.99. And I'll make 4 meals out of this. I was pleasantly surprised at how well all 5 flavors blended together. Overall, for great taste and great value at $24.99 with fries and a drink, the packed shoe sandwich gets a $3.19 on the Fitzometer. And don't forget the pizza puffs. That's New Taste of Chicago at the corner of 111th and South Michigan Avenue in Chicago. Where should I eat next? Comment in the replies, hashtag FritzMagicEats, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at FritzMagic Shy.
Fitz, I got to tell you, I love watching the expressions of the other guys while your videos are playing. I mean, Danikin is like this. and Tooch is like, yeah, baby. And Zim is like, oh. Guy never eats.
I got to distract myself. Otherwise, I'm going to just sit here and get hungry.
Fitz, how'd you discover this place?
A buddy of mine at work told me about it. Have you guys heard of the gym shoe sandwich? I mean, that's a very Chicago.
I never heard of it.
Oh no, okay. So it's basically like that pack shoe. It's got a little less. I don't think it has the chicken on it. Okay, but everything else is there. So this is like one step above the gym shoe, and it's like I said, it's got 2 entire loaves of French bread. It's like one whole loaf. He just opens it up for the top and one whole loaf on the bottom. It was 7 or 8 pounds, I think. I mean, it was just enormous. I cut it up into four sections and had lunch for that whole week, basically.
I bet. That
sounds
awesome. The combination, it was good flavor. I mean, it really was a good tasting sandwich. It wasn't just some enormous, thing that you just buy kind of like a, just because it's big, it actually has a lot of good flavor to it. They make a smaller one, but I wasn't going to be about that. I was going to get the big one. So,
That's my fellow Iowan, David.
Yeah. But let me ask you this, Fitz. At $25, was it a good value?
I got 4 meals out of it.
That is a good value.
Pretty good deal.
When he said 7 pounds, that's what I was.
Yeah,
might as well.
Isn't that about $6 a meal? I mean, you're not getting anything for $6 a meal at this point in time. So
no, right?
Corned beef, pastrami, gyro meat too.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That's got to. In my mind, that's got to be super delicious.
It was.
Those are like my 3 Fritz sandwich meats.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Corned beef.
You had to throw chicken on there for
Italian beef too. Is there Italian beef on there too?
Yes.
Oh man, that's like my top 4.
Yeah, Italian beef and pastrami is such an underrated combination, and then just to throw some more things on top of it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here looking at it, and Aldo's right, man. I'm looking like, wow, because I'm in Atlanta now, right? But I'm from Chicago, so all of this stuff that Fitz is doing, I'm like, it's taking me back every week, right? It's taking me, and I'm like, man, I just, and then when he says throw the pizza puff in there, I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm in Atlanta. I found wings. I found pizza. I found Italian beef. You know what I mean? Little, Chicago staples and things like that are doing these things. Chicago dogs. There's a couple places that do it, but I haven't found a pizza puff.
No pizza puffs.
I haven't found it.
I found pizza puffs at one place outside of the city of Chicago.
Really? Where?
Where?
My mom's restaurant.
It's
literally the only place I've ever seen them outside the city limits of Chicago.
That's wild.
They're impossible to find. It's insane.
Where is this place?
My mom has an Italian beef and hot dog joint out in Denver. So
wow.
If you're ever out that way.
Okay.
I've plugged it on Southburb's Hitman. I don't know how many times, but
well, send me the information because I'll plug it here on this show every week, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But at any rate, it's impossible to find outside the city. It's the only reason I have a connection to the city of Chicago's food and why I love this segment that we do here. And Danikin, you just accept how lucky you are that you found what you found out in Atlanta. All right. I understand that you haven't found some of what you're looking for. I went in an Omaha foodie group. I went in about 5 of them actually when I first moved out here, and I said, where can I get a good Italian beef? And they all said, a good what?
Did you say Runza?
They said we got pizza at Rosati's. I'm like, cool.
I got a Rosati's here, so
Rosati's is everywhere.
That's to me,
good
not
pizza,
having
though.
an Italian beef in your city or municipality or however you want to put it, it should be unconstitutional. Yeah,
knowing that my mom has her store, it makes me want to open one out here. I'm like, look, this is a success waiting to happen because I've got no competition and I know how to do it. But
absolutely. Yeah.
Shit, I put one of those gym shoe sandwiches on it or the shoe pack on it.
Do a sausage sandwich and just let the grilled onions on the grill, let the aroma of that fill the neighborhood. You'll have a long ass line for many years. Man, oh man.
But I get a lot of people, Danikin, like you're saying, the things that I put out there, it's like it just reminds them of home, and that's what I love hearing. It's like I'm sorry that you can't get it, but I like giving you that that nostalgic feeling of home. So
it does, man, it does.
Mark says there's a Nancy's Pizza. Actually, you mentioned that.
I've been there. Yeah,
you mentioned
there's one in Lawrenceville. There's also a Nancy's in Conyers, Georgia, as well, which is not that far either.
There you go. Hey, Fitz, can you stick around a little? I got a special guest I want to bring in, and we could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us can interact.
Yeah,
this might be a recent record for amount of guests on. We haven't had. The Fantasy Football Show has.
Hold on, we're about to break the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that guy. He's clean shaven. His name is Mr. Shorty. He is the president, CEO, chief executive of Bears Country Productions. He's got his microphone muted. So I just want to warn him. He's looking around left and right. He's obviously clearly sauced because he's got his fake mustache on. Look at that. Look at lighting it up. Imaginary lighting it up. Mr. Shorty, how are you, brother?
My friend Aldo, thank you for allowing me to crash your show. Listen, I'm not here to crash your show, I should say. Thank you for allowing me to come on, because I just really wanted to ask you one specific question.
Okay.
And but now, after watching the show, I've taken some notes. Can I just give you a summary? And
absolutely.
You don't even need to respond to it. Okay. I'll make it quick. I don't want to crash your show.
You've crashed it already, so don't worry about it.
I'll go back to being a civilian here any second.
No, we love you here, bro.
Tooch, I gotta tell you, your Bear state of affairs is, I said it in chat, it's making me want to stuff myself out with a pillow. Aldo, I think you should put a pause to the Bear state of affairs. Look, I got a notepad and everything, dude. I promise you, look, I took
Look at this guy taking notes.
He's firing me, Aldo.
No, just put it on pause until we start winning, Tooch. I mean, it's so depressing. It's like,
Shorty, I found a picture of you. Don't do it.
I do have to admit, though, Shorty, that as far as Bear State of Affairs, since he started it, that one felt like the biggest punch to my nuts.
Right.
Of all of them.
They're all just like the flick to your nuts, the ones that hurt, that really hurt. But that one was a full-fledged kick.
That was in there.
Love you, Tooch.
I apologize.
Zim, love your perspective. Excellent stuff. Danikin, nice to meet you for the first time. And Fitz, great stuff. Nice to meet you. And to talk about the Italian beef league, I was going to tell you, Danikin, about the Nancy's right before you said it. There is a Nancy's. I've been there. I live in just south of, you know where Peachtree City is, bro?
I do. Yeah.
I live somewhere near there. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. All right.
So nice to meet you, my friend. I'm glad you know about Nancy. Good stuff. It's great stuff. Italian beef, like my first job was at one of those places. I make it myself. I buy the Toronto rolls, par baked, put them in my freezer. I make the beef. I have a semi-professional meat slicer. I make it myself, make the au jus, vacuum seal it, package it, freeze it. Anytime I want, all I do is pull out the rolls, the par baked Toronto rolls, pull out a pound of the, shaved Italian beef, and then the gravy, I make it myself here in Atlanta. I can give you recipes, guys. Oh, I also have the 100% Lou Malnati's recipe.
Oh,
wow.
Legit 100%
Wow.
Lou Malnati's. I mean, from the manager.
Now, I got some Lou Malnati's in my deep freezer out here that I got delivered. So I mean, I take this seriously. I'm not joking with you guys. Chicago food is my thing.
Email me. Give my email. Give any one of these guys. Zim, you have it. I'll give you the exact recipe, dude. Okay. So
did you get this from Lou's or? Oh no, you mentioned a manager at Lou Malnati's.
Lou Malnati's. I found the recipe, but it was missing one thing.
Oh, what?
And
don't tell me it's horse cock or something.
No, it was missing one important thing. And I'll just say it has to do with the butter crust. Okay?
Oh,
but
let me tell you, it's the
different.
butter crust that does it for me, man.
And it's not how you think it would. It's not how you think it would be made. Okay, so email me. I'll give it to you.
It's turmeric, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Hey, I had to throw out some random ingredient just to test the water.
Jeff has it. Jeff has it. It's the buttermilk.
It is not buttermilk. It's butter.
Fuck you, Jeff.
It's not applied. You wouldn't think it goes on. You wouldn't think it's used in the manner it is. So I'll say, oh, there's another ingredient too that you wouldn't even think to be in there. That's
really
in the actual dry ingredient. Yeah. And that's it. Everything else is pretty much what you would think to do. Okay. The next thing is to chat and to Aldo. Like Aldo, I didn't want to watch the show after the loss that you had because I could just see your face and I was like, nope, I don't even want to hear what this guy has to say. I tuned out you until Greg Gabriel and Greg tried to talk some positivity back into you. And
I wasn't having it. I was pissed.
And I have to say that just for everyone, this is just for everyone here. This is the first game of a new head coaching regime.
I don't care.
The defense gave up 27
Who said that, Tooch? I agree with Tooch. Fitz. I agree with you, Fitz.
The defense gave up 27 points.
Yeah, but it's complementary football. If the offense isn't moving the ball, if they get 3, 4, 5 plays and they're out, then the defense is being too stressed on. This is what's happened. Dan Aguirre used to say the defense always has a siesta in the second half in the fourth quarter. And you know why? Because the offense isn't pulling their weight. because the special teams isn't pulling their weight. You cannot rely on a great defense or a great offense. You need both offense, defense, and you need good special teams play. So I apologize for interrupting you, but that's why on Tuesday morning when I did the show with Greg Gabriel, former director of scouting, if anybody saw that, they saw that I was effing pissed, just irate. And I took it out a lot on Caleb because of the throws. But I don't want to be that kind of a fan. I've never been that kind of fan, but it's getting to the point where this is too much, man.
Because Aldo thinks no need to fake it. He already made it. He's the man with the plan, but to you, he's the Podfather Part 2.
That segues, dude. You just the reason why I wanted to come on the show. You just segued right into it perfectly.
I didn't do that.
You just aligned it.
Wow.
Here is why I came on.
This my present?
Oh, that's
like a shorty's present.
I didn't even read what she said in the sign. What was in the sign?
Aldo didn't notice she was holding a sign.
I didn't. I swear to God. All right. Go ahead, Shorty. I apologize.
I changed that on the fly, Aldo.
I'm getting
Very
too
well
old,
done.
but maybe. No, that segued perfectly into why I wanted to come on here was to ask you. Okay, Podfather.
Yes, sir.
I think it's pretty cool that you have actually acknowledged that I came up with that, and
Yes, you did.
ran with it, and now everyone calls you it. It's so special.
I was like, shit, why didn't I think of that? I am the
Yeah,
Podfather.
right. Like, I thought about changing BCP Productions to the Podfather Network. I'm like, wait a second, that wouldn't make sense.
No.
So anyway, I just came on to ask this one question, and then I will leave and let you go back to your show. You've been doing this now, what, 11 years?
This is year 11.
Okay. So of all the previous years, from year 1 to now, like, can you please help to make the younger generation understand what it like? How did you? It's really a question. What was it like then? The fan base, as far as our quarterbacks, because that would be what? Does that get into Jay Cutler?
That's Jay Cutler.
Okay.
Yes.
And then everything from there on out, and now fast forward to now, you've been there through it all. You have covered it all with, starting off in audio form and now then in video form. And I mean, you have made so many podcasters over the years. What was it like then compared to now? As far as the fan base, like this turmoil between the fan base. I wasn't around for the podcast world, and I would like to know, was there this turmoil, this tension between the fan base all the time? It's just like, we need a fucking winner right now. Excuse me, you didn't swear earlier. But you can we need a winner right now.
You can fucking swear, you fucker.
You want to call JJ McCarthy a rookie quarterback? Well, so is Caleb Williams. Basically, he's learning an entirely not how to be dysfunctional. So I want to know your perspective of then to now, and what it's been like, what the fan base has been like, and how the hell you have not gotten to a point where you just want to quit doing this. Because I sometimes feel, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. But would I have felt like that 5 years ago? That's my question.
No, you would not have. And the thing is, at least in my world, my galaxy, is that what makes things more difficult now is social media, because we have this open channel of communication, and anybody who has a nitpick or complaint or something immediately puts it on social media for consumption by millions of people. And unfortunately, we as humans tend to react before thinking. And so we post stuff on social media that and I'm speaking again mostly for myself, my own life experiences, but you look at what you posted a few hours ago, and you go, "Oh man, I shouldn't have said that." That was pretty stupid, man. And so I think there's millions of people doing that on social media now, and so that makes it much more difficult to deal because of all the noise. And I can only imagine what Caleb and everyone else in the Chicago Bears organization goes through with all of that noise. But having said that, the benefits of doing what I do, I would not know you guys if it wasn't for this. And I've talked about this before. I'm pretty much of an introvert, and a big part of my my social life is interacting with Santucci, who is in Iowa, interacting with Zim, who's in Iowa, interacting with Danikin, who's in Atlanta, interacting with you, Shorty, who also is in Georgia, and interacting with Fitz, who up until a few months ago, I didn't know who he was. I saw some of his videos and some of his posts and stuff, but I didn't know what a great guy he was until Tooch brought him on. And so on and on. I know I'm a little bit of a soapbox here, but I appreciate everyone that I've encountered here who has been civil and nice and shown gratitude for the work that we all do.
It becomes the family you built. Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like we've built a similar family. It's mostly your family too, and that's why I'm so grateful to you. And it's like I understand that part because that's what makes me not want to quit. Because like I went to bed Monday night like I can't do this anymore. I can't talk about a loser anymore.
It's hard. It's hard.
Shorty, 3 years ago, I took all of my Bears gear, put it in a box, and put it in my storage unit for about 6 months. I was so fed up. And this network is part of what pulled me out of all of it. So I totally understand where you're coming from. And,
Same here.
You know, I think it's part of what unites us all together.
After the championship loss to the Packers, I like short circuited and shut down for 2 seasons, and the Barham Network also helped me bring me back. Sorry, Danikin.
No, it's the same thing. I mean, we just did the Three Kings of the Midway podcast yesterday. Before we recorded, Ill Will, one of the guys that we shot the tweet up that he had earlier, he was like, "Man,
okay,
I don't know if I can do this, man." He was like, "I don't know if I can do this. I don't even want to record tonight." And the other thing. So it's like it's draining on you. That's hilarious. It's draining on you, though. It's definitely draining. But you know, we have to have fun with it. We have to laugh at it sometimes. That's why I like this show, because we get into laughter, jokes about it. We also get into the nitty-gritty, and it's just so many different avenues that you can go. I mean, even with the food takes and everything like that, it's just it comes together and it presents a well-rounded show. Where you're not just solely focused on the complaining.
Yeah, that I mean, our show has been modeled after Aldo's. I mean, so I mean,
what?
We kind of modeled. We like.
You just admitted that. You just admitted it.
My lawyer.
Fitz
was a really good lawyer.
I was inspired by you. How about that?
Like we got the lawyer on the line, Aldo.
Danica, can you put those two people together? That Dippy Dicks guy and Shorty. Dippy Dicks. I mean, those are the same people. It's amazing.
That suit is incredible, right, Danikin?
Where'd you get that?
I like that.
Did you just get that Goodwill or?
I bought that suit. I went. I'm in the South, so I went like to a suit shop, and they had all. You know what I'm talking about, Danikin?
yeah. You know the electric blue. I've seen the electric blue suits and all.
That's a nice suit, man.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I wish I would have had that.
Church down here, they want to. They go snazzy down here. Yep. It's really impressive.
Oh yeah, imagine Easter Sunday. You see all types of stuff.
Sure, yeah. So I went to one of the.
That makes sense.
I bought that for the costume for Halloween to be
burgundy.
A pimp.
Ron Burgundy.
Fitz, you ever wear a suit that color?
I have not.
Would you consider doing it?
There's only a few people that can pull those off.
Funny enough, my grandfather had a suit for every color of the rainbow and then some.
Wow.
And when he passed away, they pulled all the grandchildren aside and they said, "Do any of you want these?" And we said, "Absolutely not."
Oh, Zim, you
I think
should've.
one of my cousins took a purple one. I took a gray pinstripe one, and that was about it. So
You should have taken them all, bro.
you know, he was a bit bigger than me. I was swimming in all of them. You know, I'm not a very large guy.
All right, everybody stick around here. I want, and if you have to go, leave then during this musical, because I want to make sure I get this in. Steven Zimmerman, every week, he's putting together a musical team. Why don't you lead up to it, Zim, and then I'll play it when you're done introducing it.
Yeah. So every week I'm trying to put together a little bit of music to kind of preview the next week, as well as kind of like take in the emotions of the previous week and kind of twist them all together, you know, the way that music does, and kind of take that art and use a little bit of mad scientist and fuse it together into something to preview the next week. And I'm trying to stick with the theme of music coming from the city that the opponent for the following week will be from. So in this case, it's Detroit. I decided to stick with a Motown theme, which you will all hear. However, there is an alternate Midwest emo version for those interested that I now have a link to a playlist of all of the music I've written for the show on Suno, on my Suno profile. I have not taken the time to put it on Spotify or anything like that yet, because it is easier to do in one lump upload. So maybe towards the end of the season, we'll look at doing something like that. However, if you're interested, I will link to the Suno playlist. It will be updated regularly as new themes, songs are created, and you can download them from there as well to listen to anytime you want offline.
Well, and before I roll the video, I got a surprise for everyone. Dan Aguirre has agreed to come back for one show so that he can introduce songs and play the DJ, because he is a professional DJ, by the way, in West Virginia, and he will introduce his songs in his best DJ voice, and he's got a great voice. So that's going to be a fun night. We're going to pick a date sometime before the middle of the season. But let's play Zim's video. I've visualized it, so please enjoy.
Week one, let down, nothing new to the boys in Chi-Town. Quarterback questions, defensive collapse, you let a rookie kick your ass. Not much better for the Cats up north. Came up worse than a little short. Looks like they could use a lifted Dan Campbell swing and miss. Gotta get it, gotta win it, gotta get this right. Gotta fly, gotta try, gotta win this fight. Just because week one didn't go how you wanted to, doesn't mean week two won't be better for you. Maybe we both suck, maybe last week was bad luck. Gonna learn for sure. The biggest loser in the north. Week two, time to get it right. It's just a matter of who you believe in. They look scared in Detroit, and now the doubt starts to creep in. Win or go home and lose playoff hope. It might be early, the panic will rise if someone can't get through to these guys. Gotta get it, gotta win it, gotta get this right. Gotta fly, gotta try, gotta win this fight. Just because week one didn't go how you wanted to, doesn't mean week two won't be better for you. Maybe we both suck, maybe last week was bad luck. Gonna learn for sure. The biggest loser in the north. Did they get beat or beat themselves? A lost week two makes a whole city unwell.
Danikin, that wasn't bad for a white guy, huh?
That was
Not bad at all.
That was so good.
That's
So
not
good.
bad at all.
Look, I
You
gotta
can't
say,
go
I'm
wrong. You can't
I'm
go
proud
wrong
of the
with Motown.
lyrics, but I have to give AI all the credit for the music, and that is why I decided to create an alternate version to actually introduce some of my own musical ability into it, because needless to say, I don't do Motown very well. So
That was great, man.
Gotta be born into it.
so that's why I say I threw an alternate version up for anybody interested. It's kind of a hidden track, so to say, to encourage you to go check out the playlist, and again, download it for yourself. So
Excellent. And I'll put that
Seamless
link up soon. I want
Good
to
stuff.
ask Fitz a question. In the Fitz-O-meter, which you use to rate your
I see
restaurants,
where you're going with this.
and you use the batting average correlation. So on the Fitz-O-meter, what batting average, what average would you give
Oh wow,
that song?
that's definitely all-star material there. That was good stuff, man. I mean,
I would say 330
yeah,
at
it's
least,
a
right?
320, man. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's either a Mark Grace 320 or a Bill Madlock 357 for me.
There you go. Love it.
hey, I'll take it, because I feel like last week's was like a 279, where it's like, yeah, that's good, but all right, come on, you're not impressing anybody with it.
No, that hit emotions and everything, man. That was really, that was really
I
good.
agree so much with Zim. That piece of music from last week. Do I still
was
have it
uplifting.
here? I think it was that fucking German Hitler
Viking metal.
Viking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Viking.
It
they
was
came
driving
down
me
and got
fucking
us there.
crazy. I was trying to visualize it. I was like, okay, let me pick a fucking dead person. DJ.
Jeez.
Anyways, I
Yeah,
apologize.
excited for now. I'm actually looking forward to this game a little bit more. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
Ben Johnson versus his old team. We lose this one, we're 0-2, man. And you know, since the Lions' divorce, all three of them took L's. You know, so Barstool Sports. But yeah, although you said, I think the Lions are going to take a step back. Well, all three of that coaching tree took a step back. You know, in their first game.
Several steps back.
Yeah.
Let's go around the horn and kind of give a preview. What you anticipate? What do you visualize with this Bears game? Start with Fitz, and we'll go clockwise.
I don't know after Monday night. I mean, I'm watching the game Monday. I'm going, yeah, we're going to beat the Lions Sunday. I just had that feeling like, yeah, we're doing all right here. But after that fourth quarter, they've got to respond. I mean, this is Ben Johnson's chance to respond. If he can't respond with everything coming into Detroit after a loss on national television like that, then, ooh, man, I don't want to say must win, but this is close to a must win in week 2 as you could get, I think, for the Bears. I think they'll pull it out, only because I didn't think Detroit was that good last Sunday. You know, had they looked better against the Pack, I mean, but I think we squeaked this one out, maybe like a 15-12 or something stupid like that.
Interesting. All right, Danikin, what do you think?
Man, I think it's going to be a tough game for them, for Chicago. You going into the Lions Den, that stadium is insane, bro. Like, I've been there. I've been going to the Bears and Lions game in Detroit for the last, 6-7 years now, every single year. And it's louder and louder every single year in that stadium. They are really involved in the game.
They're really fair weather, yeah.
It's deafening, bro. It's deafening in there, seriously. But they are fair weather fans. Absolutely, I agree. Because they weren't nowhere to be found a couple years ago, right? But but I think it'll be difficult in there. And not only that, but I believe the Bears are still fighting demons. You look at the last two seasons in Detroit, they squandered games that they should have won in both of those, right? And both. We know the debacle last year, but the year before that, they should have won that game, and they lost it as well. And I think we were up in that game by 12 with 2 minutes to go or something like that, and lost the game. 97% chance of winning and lost the game.
Yeah.
Well, this is what the Bears have been doing. So they're battling those demons. Those demons manifested themselves again last week in Chicago. So what do you expect to happen in Detroit? I hope for the best, but I'm prepared for the worst.
That's the perfect way to look at it. Because I really, really want this team to win. And yesterday on Buffon 55, I said there's no way they're going to win in Detroit. And today I'm kind of starting to back off a little bit because of some of the things I heard in the press conferences, because I'm hoping that Caleb Williams is going to turn things around, because I think the emotional factor is going to be worse on Detroit and the vibe in the room. If the Bears get off to a great first drive, just like Danikin pointed out about the drive against the Vikings, if they get off to a great first drive in Detroit against the Lions, all of a sudden it could deflate that Dome Stadium and the Bears could perhaps pull out a great upset in Detroit. Logical thinking says that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But I am going into the game hoping and wishing, which is why I don't gamble anymore, because I've lost so much money on these fucking Chicago teams that I won't do it. Zim, what do you think?
I don't know. And I'm not going to pretend like I do.
Perfectly acceptable. That's perfectly acceptable.
All right, Tooch, what do you think? I'm not just kidding.
It's like, who do you believe is more of a fraud at this point? You know, like whose week one performance is more indicative of what they actually are?
Great point.
It's a matter of whether you believe the Lions have actually regressed that far or whether this really is the same old Bears. And when you put it in that context, it almost makes me want to lean Lions in this game. And heading into this show, I said I was going to pick the Lions. And as we've talked about it more, like I get more and more on edge about it. But like, I think I got to take the Lions -1.5, not the full 4.5 that they're giving right now on the books. But like, I'm not going to trust the Bears until they give me a reason to. You know, I'm falling back into old habits with the way they were last year, that I want to believe in them, but I'm not gonna until they really show me that there's a reason to. And unfortunately, at this point, it comes down to the execution on the field and not so much the coach, because the coach is taking accountability for his mistakes. He's admitting where he's wrong. He's already pointing out the flaws that he's seeing on the field, and I'm sure addressing them in the locker room. So at that point, and in addition to that, his scheme appears to be working when the reads are made correctly and the throws are made on time to the right location. So with all that said, until the players on the field show us that they can execute, I'm going to continue to pick against the Bears, unfortunately. I wish I didn't have to, but I'd rather the Bears prove me wrong than prove me right at this point.
Well said. Tooch.
Well, the Bears better be able to stop the run in this game. They got two good running backs up there. We can't,
ass and cheeks.
Yeah, we can't let Gibbs and Montgomery do to us what Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason did to us. I have to stop the run. It's a lot of pressure for not only Ben Johnson but Caleb Williams, and the whole Bears organization is dealing with a lot of pressure from the stadium to the season, to the new coach, to Caleb Williams learning a new offense. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot to ask them to, be as good as we all hope they could be, So I think they can win this game for sure. I don't think that the Lions are invincible.
Mr. Shorty. Does your wife call you that?
No.
Shorty?
What does him say?
He was prepared.
Damn. Can you give that girl my phone number?
I will. Yep.
I got my phone right here.
Just type it into Grok. It'll get there sooner or later.
Really? What do you think about this upcoming game, Shorty?
Well, I think exactly this. The but is,
yeah, what is the but?
I'm gonna choose to. I like the word. What is it? It's reverse psychology.
Okay.
It seems like whenever I have used reverse psychology, kind of like what Zim was saying. So I agree with Zim, but I'm going to call that reverse psychology, and that may be what you're doing too, Zim. Is if you just this is a loss and you just prepare for it, That's what I did in the championship loss to the Packers. I like literally meditated for 4 hours before that game so that I could handle that loss. And when they lost, I just went, and that was it. I was done.
You brought the loss into existence, Shorty.
I shut down. I didn't watch the Bears for like two. Well, I had them on, but I didn't pay attention. I wasn't following the game play by play.
Don't do that this weekend.
Yes, you're talking 2010.
I'm nowhere there. I'm exactly what Zim said, but I'm just going to call it reverse psychology. I'm just going to call a loss. They're going to lose the game this week.
Hey, Shorty, you can tell Jay Grizz is a fan of this show and yours in your work too, because of what he just put there. I used to claim that Mr. Shorty would pontificate a lot on his point. It's because you'd ask him a question and then 20 minutes later he goes, "Okay, that's all I got to say." But I think this show is all about pontificating.
I actually made a channel called the Pontificators Podcast.
Really?
PBS? And there's one video on it, and it's got like 2 subscribers, and they're both me.
There's a link in our private chat to thesaurus.com for words you can use other than pontificate. All right. So feel free to expand your vocabulary a little bit. There.
Yeah, both teams, man. Neither team wants to go down 0-2. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yeah.
This is a Zim's Suno list of his songs, so I'll leave that up for a little while. If anybody wants to write it down and visit that, it's a tiny URL of it. You can thank me later, Zim.
By the way, I won't. Don't worry.
I know you won't.
I'm just built that way. Sorry, bud.
All right, we got 20 minutes left, guys. Let's go around the horn and talk a little pop culture. What have you heard? What have you seen? Fitz, do you go to the movies? Do you watch shows at home? Anything you want to recommend? Or if you got another restaurant you want to talk about, or a tailgating tip, now's the time.
Okay, so I've been to one movie since things opened up from COVID. That was Beetlejuice 2.
No, how was it?
I watch a lot of movies. I just don't go to the theater that often.
Yeah, most of us don't anymore.
Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars guy, so
Danikin too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have been in the theater for every Star Wars movie that they have ever made in the theater.
Nice.
So going all the way back to
That's
New Hope,
impressive.
so.
That is.
Recommendations like TV wise. I'm trying to think of anything new I've watched. Not really.
Don't think about it. We'll come back to you.
Yeah,
I got a show.
I tried some
for
new Oreos. If you guys.
Yeah.
You got any there? You want
Yeah,
to eat
I
in
got
front
some,
of
the
camera?
blueberry ones.
Yeah. Pull them out. Let's eat
What's
some
that?
blueberry.
Oh, yeah,
Oreos.
okay.
All right,
Yeah,
Zim, take it easy now.
Blueberry pie.
Ooh, nice.
I guess they brought them back. I missed them the first time. I don't know how that happened, but
That looks good.
yeah.
I was talking about peach cobbler.
Crack them open here.
You dragged that out.
How's that smell?
Oh, it smells like blueberries. Okay, so it's got the
Nice. Oh, look at that filling.
got some filling there.
Damn.
Yeah, that does smell like blueberry there.
Blueberry
Oh.
pie. Okay.
This is kind of like a Pop-Tart almost. I think I saw somebody describe it like that. It's like, but yeah, I like that. Oh, I got my Bears glass again here.
Oh, that was a big time winner last time you pulled that out.
Yeah,
I've got one of those too.
Do you,
right?
do you put any liquor in that milk? Or it's just
No.
straight milk?
That comes later, man, with the eggnog and everything like that, right?
Oh, okay.
You know what that'd be
Later, a little
really
bit later.
good?
We're
Like,
a couple months away.
like crunch these up and put them over some vanilla ice cream.
Is it purple in there? Purple filling?
Yeah, it's purple. You know,
That's
right.
Hold on, Fitz. Hold on, Fitz.
Where do you get such wonderful toys?
Blueberry pie.
That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right,
Those-
Danikin, what do you got for us from a pop culture standpoint?
Man, from a pop culture, let me say one thing real quick before I mention it. Just
Sure.
a shout out to Fitz, right? He mentioned earlier. I think you mentioned that you made pizza quesadillas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember a little while ago. I guess it was maybe a year ago, and I was excited because I posted something and I had showed my son how to make it. Right, it was the first time, and then he started making it from that point forward. Like every day when he got home from school, like that was his snack. And it was a tortilla. You put tomato sauce on it, cheese and pepperoni, and it's a pizza.
Yeah.
You put it in the oven. And Fitz was like, "Oh, that," you know what I mean? Like when I posted, I was like, "Oh, okay." If Fitz,
I remember that.
I'm good. I'm good. If he co-signed it, I'm good.
Yeah.
But when it comes,
Yeah,
when it comes
real
to
quick, Danikin, when I was growing up, my stepfather would make those Mexican pizzas on a tortilla. He would put all the ingredients of tortilla, and that would be our breakfast, and it was fucking heaven, man. It was great.
And I even put a little oregano on it too, just to change it up. Some
Some
crushed
seasoning.
red pepper, all of that. Yeah, absolutely.
Jeez, I'm hungry now.
It's a simple snack, but it's really good. But
Yes.
Pop culture. There's a new show that I was watching, and I watched the first episode. It's called The Paper, I think it is. It's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Paper.
It was
So it's
in
kind of
the
like
People
a
magazine I just did Monday night.
really okay. All right, excellent. So it's like a I guess basically kind of like from a spinoff of, you might say, of
The Office.
The Office from Dunder Mifflin and all of that. So I watched the first episode. It was pretty funny. It was pretty good. So I'm gonna check it out some more of it and see how it shakes out.
I've seen the previews for it. I might check that out as well. Yeah. Did you guys ever? Any of you guys see The Office? You guys?
Oh, The Office
Of
is one of my
course.
favorite
Okay.
shows. Yeah.
Fantastic.
One of my favorite.
I was not a fan, so I gave it the obligatory watch one time through.
Mhm.
Now I can say I've seen it. I understand what people like about it.
Okay. Well, tell us what you've been watching, Mr. Zim, and anything you recommend, anything music or.
Well, hey,
whatever.
while I'm doing this, as long as we're talking media, my free Pokemon pack of the day is up, so I'm going to open that while we discuss it. But so recently, I have two shows that I've been watching. One of them's an old one, and one of them's a new one. But I've recently begun watching Blue Mountain State again. Weirdly holds up, at least as far as like the college experience goes, right? Definitely an overly sexualized show, kind of has that American Pie sort of feel to it. I didn't get anything out of my pack. Oh well. But hey, #1 media franchise in the world, got to give it a little bit of attention, right?
Also, Sim's like, I'm a millionaire. Fuck off. I'm out of here.
But anyway, so Blue Mountain State, yeah, hilarious show, totally holds up. If you're into sports and comedy and like that sort of college slapstick humor sort of vibe, totally worth a watch if you haven't. It kind of went under the radar because it aired on Spike TV back in the day, which was sort of a controversial channel. So, and in addition
also
to that,
stars the guy in Jack Reacher, who's on
Yes.
yeah. So that's one reason I want to see it, to see if he's as good in that show as he is in Reacher.
very, very different role.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, take it with a grain of salt. But as far as recent things go, new series of Rick and Morty just dropped on Hulu, so that will consume some of my foreseeable future. Yes. Yes.
Rick and Morty.
So we'll absolutely be watching that. Watch the first episode and second episode so far. First episode was fucking hilarious. Laughed my ass off at it. So looking forward to this season.
Hilarious, man.
Have you ever seen the Spanish version, Rico and Manolo? Never mind. Go ahead.
That can't be real. Lastly, you guys recommended Untamed. I have not started it yet, but it is absolutely on my watch list after just seeing like the trailer for it. So I can't say I've watched it, but I can say that if anybody wants to join me in that experience, Untamed looks really, really good. Comes in highly recommended by the rest of the crew here, and I definitely intend to watch it soon.
Cool. All right, before we go to Tooch, what do you got, Mr. Shorty? I know you watch tons of television while you're working on your government jobs. Don't we all?
Well, listen, no, I work until 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then but I actually love it though, so it's not a big deal. It's not like
good. I'm glad.
Or anything. So
they've brainwashed you well.
So when it comes to watching, yes, you're right. They do. I'm still paying. I have a very little bit left on a loan that I paid to go to art school because I wanted to be an illustrator and draw comic books. Thank God I didn't do that. Thank God I ran out of money and couldn't graduate, and now I'm doing what I'm doing because it's like I'd be looking for work right now, and I'm.
Do you still draw?
Yeah.
Comic books are dumb. I definitely don't
paint
them all the time.
Look at this guy. Everybody's pulling out their comic books.
This was me in the peak of my art school.
Look at that. That is good.
Wow, that's not bad, man.
Hold on a second. Hold that up a little while longer. I want to go full screen with that. That is nice, dude. You should sell that.
Who is that? Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah. That was at my peak. I don't paint anymore.
Damn, that was nice, man.
Not bad at all.
Before I just state my case.
Before you continue to pontificate, go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to show you this. To pontificate, express one's opinion in a way considered annoyingly pompous and dogmatic.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
He was pontificating about what?
That's not what I meant.
Wait, put that back up. What did it say?
When I said you were pontificating, I never meant that.
He was pontificating about art and history. Oh, that's fucking ironic. It's all
We didn't mean it. We didn't mean it entirely, Shorty.
That's where you're the podfather. That's where you're the podfather. I wanted to show you this. Okay, so you were talking about Kaplan, David Kaplan, in the beginning.
David Kaplan, I know him well.
The leprechaun.
Okay. And I put in the chat. Does anyone remember when David Kaplan was just he did the sports section for WGN radio in the morning?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The mid 90s.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes.
Okay. They came out with, you remember Spike Lee?
Sure.
Yes.
Who was the other guy?
Oh, you're talking about that Spike Lee from the WGN radio.
Yeah, it was Spike Lee, right?
Yeah.
Spike oh my gosh! Wow.
Wasn't it Spike Odell? Yeah.
Here, put this up on put this up full screen.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah. So WGN Radio 720. Spike Lee.
Had, Spike Odell.
Spike Odell. Thank you. He had like
the opposite looking of Spike Lee.
They had the top show, in the morning at that time, and I was stuck listening to this every morning at work when I first started my career with the two people that I worked with, because I was 22 years old. I was 21 years old. So they came out with this cookbook, okay, and everyone that was on the station has a section in the cookbook like so and so, and look here.
Oh wow, look at that.
Wow.
David Kaplan.
Cocktail weenie.
Up. Hold it up. A little higher.
My camera is right here, though. That's
move to your left.
It's over here.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. So this is David Kaplan.
David.
Wow.
No. That guy's got hair. That's not David Kaplan.
Yeah, before he lost his hair.
Look what his recipe was.
More mustard, grape jelly, and wieners.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Then he's got BJ's chili con queso.
Cheese and queso, cheese and salsa.
I gotta send this to Dave Kaplan. That's good stuff.
He never responded.
No, he never did. He probably blocked you.
I sent him this picture. I said, "Remember you back in 1995?"
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Never responded. Yeah, so that was my David Kaplan story.
Very nice.
I had to
Good
pull it
stuff.
up.
Hey, before we get to Tooch, we got a special breaking news bulletin from Dan
Got
Campbell.
no shot of getting back here.
Okay, we're back.
That's it. That's it.
Go ahead, Tooch.
Yeah, I tweeted about it. There's
Oh wait, I did before. I want to talk about really quick the show. Has anyone ever seen Your Pretty Face Is Going to Hell?
No, but I've said that to a couple of my ex-girlfriends.
Sounds good though.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Tooch, but I wanted to say this too, and I make it quick. Write this down. Just look it up. Google it. Your Pretty Face Is Going to Hell.
Okay.
It sounds weirdly familiar.
It's like The Office with people that go to hell. It is hilarious. It's hilarious. It's very cheesy, but it's meant to be, and it's hilarious. Your Pretty Face Is Going to Hell. Go ahead, Tooch.
Adult Swim, yeah. 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
I mean,
Not
it is
bad.
hilarious. I've watched it like 5 times. It's so
Adult Swim, so is it a porno?
Free on Sling TV.
Was Tooch in it?
It's so
full season.
There's like the one idiot that goes to hell, and he's like in charge of the next guy that comes in, and he has to be his guide, and then that guy takes over and becomes his boss, and he's just a complete bumbling idiot in hell. It's like The Office, but it involves hell, and it's hilarious. Check it out.
Go on, Shorty. Go on.
I'm done. I'm gonna leave because I have to get ready for my show.
All right.
What? You have to what?
I have to get my thumbnail for tomorrow's show on my channel ready.
All right.
Are we almost done?
Yeah, we're
Maybe.
we're 7 minutes from being officially done. But you've really delayed us, so we'll probably go to midnight.
Weren't for all the pontification going on here.
Exactly.
A lot of pontificating.
Go ahead.
I tweeted about it. The best show on TV is Alien Earth. It's not close. It's on Hulu from FX. FX, Hulu, whatever.
You've told me about it. I need to see that with my wife.
Episode 5, which is called. Well, take a guess. It's the best tagline for a movie ever. Episode 5 is called.
Tagline in space. No one can hear you scream.
The best tagline for a movie ever. Episode 5. It's like they're telling the story. It's like a miniature condensed version of the original Alien movie with, a little different, but
love it.
Oh, it's cool, man. It's like a past, showing the past of this the events that are going on. It's like goes back in time. Alien Earth. It's in the Alien universe, the Sigourney Weaver, Ridley Scott movie.
Producer, right?
Yep, Ridley Scott. Talented directors, and then episode 6 gets crazy and stuff. And not only is there the alien creature, but there's some other creatures that are almost as equally as horrible that are brought back from this research vessel, a lot like the Nostromo. I think it's the research vessel, the Maginot, and man, it's crazy. It's gory. It's a lot of Timothy Oliphant is in it. He plays a weird.
I love that actor.
Person, fantastic actor. Adrian Edmondson is in it. Let's see. There's some really good. What's that going one? The main girl is someone. She's really too. He's not in it yet. I wish I had to turn him down. I had other commitments.
Okay.
But man, Alien Earth, man. We're 6 episodes in. You can't binge it yet, but man.
What streaming service is that on? Did you say FX?
FX, which is part of Hulu now.
Right.
Normally, I would like to stream or binge stuff, but I have to wait. I've been watching it serially. But the production value is high. The special effects are fantastic. Acting is really good too. It's called Alien Earth on FX.
Nice. We'll definitely check it out. I finished Dexter Resurrection. If you're familiar with the Showtime show Dexter, it's about a serial killer. He witnessed the death of his mom, and so that kind of triggered him to become a serial killer. The series first started 15 years ago. They had a 6 or 7 year run, and then they had a sequel, and then had some offshoots. Dexter when he was a kid, blah blah blah. It's had a lot of different variations of it. And this past season, because what happened a season ago, he was shot. And everyone thought he was dead, shot by his son, but he was resurrected this season. So I'm giving away a little bit, but don't worry, you'll forget
I
it.
love
if you
the
ever
Dexter
dive into-
universe.
Yeah, the Dexter universe is
The
phenomenal.
cast in this, I've only watched one episode. The cast is fantastic in this. You have like
it's
Uma
so
Thurman and Peter Dinklage. Oh.
Exactly. Peter Dinklage of Game of Thrones fame.
Yep.
Nice.
He plays a character who is enthralled with serial killers. He's also a multi-billionaire. So he's paid a lot of these serial killers to all congregate together and tell stories like it's a club. And so of course,
what could go wrong?
Dexter loves to kill serial killers, right? So, and when he gets invited to it, he's like, yeah, this could be really scrumptious for me.
Storm.
Sort of feels like they watched an episode of Black Mirror and said, wait, but what if we took it and put it in Dexter?
Yes, I think you're right about that. It's borrowing some other ideas.
I mean, and the greatest shows are derivative of other things. So, I mean,
absolutely.
By no
Everybody
means am I making that a slight on the show.
By the way, do you know what a Black Mirror is?
It's the thing we're all looking at right now while we talk to each
blank
other.
television.
No. Remember Mirror, Mirror on the Wall? Who's the fairest of them all?
Well, she never actually says that, but yes.
She was looking into a black mirror. So, like, a black mirror is your television when it's turned off.
Yep.
It's your phone when it's turned off. It's your mirror in your bedroom at night when it's dark.
That's heavy shit.
I love
I don't have a mirror in my bedroom.
Good for you. Don't.
I don't have one either.
I have one on the ceiling.
I was waiting for it.
Right above the waterbed.
We have my wife and I have our bedside lamps are plugged into switches that we can turn on and off. It's the only way to turn on the light. If you turn it on like this, it wouldn't. If you clicked it on and off, it wouldn't turn on. Freaking 3 o'clock in the morning, the light just turned on a week ago, and then 20 minutes she woke. We both woke up. She turned. It was on her side. She turned it off. 20 minutes later, it turned on again. The switch had to be pressed on the button to do that. All I'm saying is
something came out the black mirror.
Something came out because there's a freaking mirror in my bedroom. Yes.
I didn't do that. I did not do that.
That's all me.
Teeny, I love you, brother.
All right, so Dexter Resurrection, again, the finale is so good, the way they tied things up, because it's one of those shows where things get worse and worse and worse and worse for the character, but yet they cleverly tie everything together. So even if you're not a big fan of the previous series and so forth, I still recommend Dexter Resurrection. It's worth watching, and you can pick it up without really missing much from previous episodes. All right, guys, we are at that witching hour, which means it's closing time. Let's go around the horn here, and anyone who wants to plug something, say anything special, please take as much time as you want. Who should we start with? Danikin, are you ready?
Sure.
All right,
I like to shout out my 3 Kings of the Midway. Of course, we had a podcast that dropped today. You guys check it out if you can. It's funny, it's interesting. We give as much good knowledge of the game of football as we possibly can.
Yep.
And we also, we call out the good, the bad, and the ugly all the time, right? And some people like it, some people don't, but you have to be honest and opinionated, and that's what we do. Same thing with this show. Shout out to everybody here at the bar room, and all the content, man. I mean, it's amazing to see how much work and effort like Aldo and Zim puts into this, and Santucci. I mean, you guys are excellent at what you do. I appreciate you guys. Love being here, man. Having fun.
We love having you, brother.
Awesome.
All right, Mr. Shorty, you want to take us to the BCP and your personal life?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I had an MRI done on my back recently.
Really?
Growth on my left testicle. No, I'm kidding. I want to say, Danikin, Fitz, excellent additions to the show. Nice to meet you
Yeah,
guys.
right?
You guys
Yeah.
are awesome.
Appreciate it.
And then I want to just go off of this again. Like for everyone that just wants to get a quick screenshot of this, if we can just screenshot this and then tweet this to Mr. What the hell's his name? Forgot his name already. Yeah,
He's a fucking idiot.
Yes, I do not like this guy. Screenshot this, tweet him, and I'll do the same. And Bears Country Productions, all because of Aldo. Thank you, my friend.
Tomorrow night.
My friend.
Tomorrow
Tooch.
night.
Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Zim, Tooch, you guys are freaking amazing. Love you guys. Aldo.
By the way, Shorty, I do want to say one thing. You said that, you try to base your show off of this show. Well, frankly, Fitz is here because it was your idea. You were like, yeah, I'm trying to do a food segment on Bears Country Productions. And I'm like, wait a minute, I know a guy. Should I tell Mr. Shorty about him, or should I invite Fitz?
We've always had a very like mind.
Yes.
It's strange. Sometimes I thought it was weird working with you over the. There's been a few weird experiences with you, like that we're thinking the same brain. And,
yes, I mean, look at us,
like
father
good
and
weird,
son, right?
Yeah.
He could be my son.
Maybe if I get my facial hair back. But, I love you guys. Bears Country Productions tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you guys there. Thank you for having me on tonight. I didn't mean to crash your show. I really didn't. I just wanted to come in and say just wanted to come in and ask you that one question and leave. But then I was like, well, I have to summarize.
What was that question?
Yeah, what was that?
It was like, how are you able to have done this so long without quitting?
Okay.
Oh, well,
It's too much fun.
I feel like you're right, and you answered the question. You made me realize that's why I don't want, because I sometimes I just think I want to just go back to being a quote unquote civilian and just not listen to all the bullshit and just watch the game, and
there's a lot to that.
Like I always did, but I'm in this world now, and it's because of you, damn it. So now I'm not praising you, Podfather. But no, I'm seriously.
I don't blame you.
It's because we've built this. You built this community. I've helped to add some to that too, and we built a bigger community, and we share that community, and we are forever friends, and that's what makes it special. So you answered my question. So thank you, Podfather. I'm done dropping the mic. Good night, guys.
Next time, can you wear the red suit?
Good
I
idea.
love it when people praise me.
Next
I
time
love
you drop by, wear the red suit, bro.
I have to cut my. I was thinking about I was going to do another Drippy Dicks commercial because my hair is long enough right now. I have to run it through the good old what do you call that? The vacuum cleaner hair cutter that I have. Flowbee. I literally have a Flowbee.
Keep on. Go ahead.
So tomorrow I'm going to cut my hair with my Flowbee and go into work next week in the office. So
Change your name from Mr. Shorty to Mr. Pontification.
Mr. Ponty.
Zim, what do you got? Pop
What I got?
culture, baby. Damn,
Full
look
of
at your
hair,
hair, man.
I was just
Jeez.
thinking, what if I ran my hair through that spike thing that Shorty's talking about? I mean,
wow. You know, when
I don't know.
you have that long of hair in Iowa, I don't know how you are alive, bro. I mean, come on, isn't that a problem in some parts? Oh, Midwest trash. Sorry.
like how many dudes approach you and are like, hey, what's up, baby? Oh, never mind.
Are you a dealer?
I've never gotten that, but I will say
Really?
last year, my hair was significantly shorter a year ago, too. It grows about 6 inches a year or so. So it's only, here, maybe even less. I'm at a Nebraska game with my son, and somebody comes up from behind me and goes, "Excuse me, ma'am." Oh, anyway. I was like, you're not even going to re-clarify just an anyway? That's all I get?
That's hilarious.
I was like, damn. No, that's the worst one I've ever gotten, especially because, at work, I have to keep it tied up anyway. So,
yeah.
I mean,
Ma'am, you dropped your runza.
No, I mean, you'd be surprised. It's more common than you'd expect even around here. I think the thing that separates me the most from most guys with long hair is I can't physically grow a beard. So most guys just like, they've got this whole like I've given up appearance, and their hair grows and their beard grows, and it all just goes together. And no.
You know what they call men without beards, Zim?
What's
women?
Oh. Well,
I don't know. I've dated a couple women with beards.
I'm just kidding.
Well, at least you're not picky. Thanks for cleaning up after.
God should marry them.
Right?
So no goatee either?
I mean, I can grow that. I've got some pictures somewhere that I can send over, but
no, don't.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Nobody's really interested. We just want to get your goodbye. Can you give us your goodbye?
Thank you. I was trying to get at that. I was just trying to make a silly joke about spiking my hair and how silly it would be. And you guys are the one.
I love your Raquel Welch hair.
So at any rate, no, just a big thank you to all you guys. Aldo, thank you for putting the link on screen for everybody. I told you I wasn't gonna, but obviously I'm gonna. Come on, that's what I do here. I say I'm not gonna do something, and then I do it anyway, and that's why I picked the Bears to win next week. No, I really don't actually, though. No, guys, great show. I love having you guys here. Fitz, it's been awesome making you hungry. Shorty, it's been a long time since we've gotten to chat, this way. So it's fun having you on. Danikin, Tooch, you guys are fantastic co-hosts, and Mr. Podfather Aldo Gandia. We couldn't do any of this without you. So I appreciate
No, you could. You could, but go ahead.
Well, it wouldn't be very good.
It wouldn't be as good.
Inspiration. No, there's no it wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't be good, period. Trust me, I tried it. It didn't work out.
He inspired me to redo the entire British Bears opener. And I sent it to him. I'm like, check this out. This is because of you.
Yeah, it's fucking nice. It is nice. British Bears show Tuesday or Mondays or Tuesdays? Tuesdays. Yeah, Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Central. And all right, who else? Fitz. I don't think we got your final look at that. Wow.
And then Fitz ate some blueberry pie Oreos.
Fitz, special goodbye, special wrap up. Go ahead.
I'll give a shout out to a restaurant that I was at on
nice.
Sunday. Yeah, I was up in the Gurnee area visiting my daughter, and we were at the Point Pancake House on Highway 41, just down from Six Flags, and it was delicious. They have a chilaquiles that are just out of this world. Get the steak ones, but it was but yeah, really great place, great service, great family that runs the place. If you're in the area, I know it's far north from here, but if you're ever in the area, check out the Point Pancake House on Highway 41, and then check out all my videos again on my YouTube channel at FritzMagic Shy. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok at Cheap Seats 411. So yeah, check it all out, and thank you guys for inviting me into your family here. This has been a lot of fun,
You've done a great job, Fitz.
You've experienced some highs and lows with me with my hospital stay and all that so far. So
yeah, Shorty, did you know that Fitz had a sex change operation recently?
My mom watches this show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what did you say? Mrs. Fitz, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway,
wait, quick. I'm from that area. I grew up in Round Lake, so I went to Jersey all the time. I'm not sure if that restaurant was there when I was there.
It's been there a while. It's under different ownership right now, but they kept the building. It's been there a while, so I don't know how.
I'm coming home next week, so maybe I'll try it out.
Check it out. Yeah.
Hey, and Fitz, if someone has a recommendation for a restaurant they'd love for you to review, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, my largest presence it was on X. So you can just DM me on X on Twitter. That's the easiest way, or through YouTube. Those are just DM me. My DMs are open. You can find me there.
And on X, your Twitter handle is FritzMagic Eats. Is that what it is?
It's FritzMagic Shy. It's at Cheap Seats 411.
Okay, Cheap Seats 411 at
Cheap Seats.
Yeah.
411.
All right.
Yeah.
Did we get a goodbye from everybody? Any final comments?
I haven't plugged my stuff, but
Tooch, come on! I'm so sorry, brother. Come on,
all right.
full frame. Go for it.
Friday weekend sports betting tips with Sean and Anthony. Last week I gave out 2 winners, so I don't know. I forgot what I think Anthony won 2, and I think we all did again. We're 3-0 on the show. Second time in 3 weeks we were 3-0 on the show. So. And then I'm everywhere. This is my busiest time of year. So Sunday barfly tailgate and fantasy football game. Wednesdays on Bear Their Souls, and Fridays on weekend sports betting tips until everybody's sick of me. So
keep talking. Guys, we'll get to that point real quickly.
Just real quick, look at John Santucci VIP on X. If you want to turn $100 into $500 over the course of the season, I'm not going to guarantee anything for you, but you got a pretty good chance if you follow his plays. Now,
especially during college basketball.
Yes, Tooch is very good at some of these picks, especially when it comes to college sports. College football, college basketball, he is so much better. Yep. Now, I will say, follow me at Raging Bear Fan if you want to turn $500 into $100 this I will give you some terrible sports betting advice.
Yeah.
So will I.
Fantastic. Aldo, your the 85 Bears tribute was phenomenal. It's
Thank you.
A tear to my eyes.
Yep. Tooch, thank you for saying that. Because while I was working on it too, I started to get that nostalgic feeling, and I got a little teary-eyed. Also,
it was so beautiful, man. It was like gospel. It was like going to the gospel brunch at House of Blues, in Chicago. There was 85 Bears everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know what Tooch is talking about, go over to videos on our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of special videos, and we're going to continue to populate it with Zim songs and my songs and stuff. Yeah, fantastic. But the 85 Bears salute that we did, it was special to me, and I hope you get a chance to look at it.
Amazing. Yep.
I just want to say,
everybody,
Bears fans, unite. Bears fans, unite.
Yes. And by the way, saying that besides Bears Country Productions, besides Fitz's channel, besides Three Kings, Bearski Film is in the chat. He's got an excellent YouTube channel. He besides having a live talk show, he also produces videos. Jeff Willis has his own show with his twin brother here on Fridays. Who else do I see here in the chat that I would love to plug? I'm not seeing anybody else, but if you do want to plug on this show and on my social media channels, please reach out to me, and I will definitely plug it, because we are all part of the same family, and that is the family of the Chicago Bears. So really appreciate you guys. I had a great time tonight. Thank you personally. Thank you for lifting my spirits after that fucking devastating Monday night loss. So really appreciate
I was like, you're a different man since you did my phone 55.
no shit.
From yesterday to today.
Thank you, and thank you, 1792.
All right.
God bless you all. Bye-bye. And apologies to Mrs. Fitzgerald. Oh, God.